You are listening to Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford. Now let's head to the field with Dave Carter.
And a very pleasant good evening to you, wherever you may be. You are looking live at the Kelly Reeves Athletic Complex in the hills of North Austin, where tonight it is a Round Rock ISD rivalry ball game between the McNeil Mavericks and the Round Rock Dragons. Hello, folks. Dave Carter joining you here this week again on the iHSFAN Webcast Network, where again tonight it is Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford. Alongside me, as always, the Blue Light Special, Kmart. How you doing?
Doing great, Dave. Looking forward to another great night of Friday Night Lights here at the Kelly Reeves Athletic Complex.
Oh, we love it over here. And fall is in the air. I mean, summer is in the air. That's what I meant. Brisk, I think 90 degrees outside right now. Hopefully cooling down here in just a little bit, but we're really excited to be here and watch this ball game here between McNeil and Round Rock. We got Evan on the production running the booth for us, and it's going to be a good game. McNeil here with homecoming tonight, which is something they probably would not have done in past years against Round Rock. Round Rock having won a dozen games. I take it back. It's more than that, isn't it? It's
up to 13.
13 games in a row in this series. But McNeil is really positioned in this ball game to make a run of it after Round Rock went in the Jeff Cheatham era, went 13-0. We really believe that McNeil's going to have a terrific chance tonight.
Yeah, Dave, this McNeil team is put together a little different than what we've seen in the past. They've played really well. They played great in non-district games, and they've sort of had some challenges within the district schedule, but they seem to be built around defense first, which is different for them. It's normally been offense first for them, but whatever they're doing is working for them.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And, I mean, Scott Hermes has got this defense rocking, and they've held several teams to well below their averages so far this year. The only thing that's kind of been a bugaboo for McNeil in the last couple of games has just been turnovers. I mean, It cost them the game last week. There's no question about that. Round Rock, of course, last week taking on Vandergrift, a buzzsaw for anybody. We all believe that that's a team that's destined to make it way deep into the playoffs, if not to the championship game itself. It's going to be, a little bit of, seeing if Round Rock can recover from the battle wounds of last week after having a 3-game streak of wins in a row, whether or not they can get themselves back on track. This is a head game this week. I believe it is.
I think for both teams, both teams have plenty to play for here the rest of this season. It's just, can you get your head screwed on straight and just take care of business the rest of the way? Now, you're talking about last week, the Dragons against Vandergrift. You used the word buzzsaw. I was going to use the exact same word.
Right.
Those guys were every bit of their number 5 ranking. They certainly look primed for a deep run in the playoffs. The Dragons just could not get anything going last week. So the key for them this week is, can they just put one foot in front of another, take care of the football, and just make something positive happen.
Right. I mean, it's that confidence game. We're talking to Rick Epstein, of course, who runs iHSFAN for us. He's the public address announcer here tonight. He's seen these teams play, and it really is, at this point, which team has some success right out of the gate and has some confidence going. We all see this as a low-scoring game at this point. And, who's to say which way it will go? But, I mean, McNeil, with such a long streak of losing in this series, you can't let that play into your head. You have to look across the field and say, this is just another opponent that we've got to play. Doesn't matter what's on their helmet and what their colors are. And the same thing for Round Rock. They've got to get that taste of Vandergrift out of their mouth and sit there and say, it's a new game, wipe the slate clean, go do what we do. It is a compelling ball game. Whoever wins this ball game has got a really good path to the playoffs at this point.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to play for.
Right now the Dragons are sitting at second place in the district standings, and the McNeil Mavericks are a couple spots lower.
Yeah, I'm tied with a bunch of teams. I mean, it is a big cluster right there in the middle, and Vandergrift certainly is going to be, we believe, undefeated on the season at this point, but it's up for grabs. Everybody but perhaps Cedar Ridge at this point, who is having a difficult season. Every other team really has a shot if they just get on a roll right here in the last 3 weeks. And so now it's a new season. This is playoff season starting right now.
Yeah, McNeil right now is 1-3 in district. If they win tonight against the Dragons, they're at 2-3, and right now there are 4 other teams at 2-2. So there's going to be at least 2 other teams at 2-3 after this week.
Yeah,
and everyone's knotted up in the middle.
It wouldn't be surprising if there's a team that makes the playoffs that has a losing district record at this point. We'll see how it all shakes out, folks. About a dozen minutes before kickoff here, we're going to run some commercials here. Come back, talk a little bit about the strategy for the game, and then it'll be kickoff time before you know it. This, again, is Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford.
I've always wanted an EV, but until I saw the sleek Ford Mach-E, I didn't know just how exhilarating it could be to drive one. The Mach-E is the perfect balance between power and utility, and with features like adaptive cruise control, in-dash entertainment screen, and lane monitoring, my daily commute to training is effortless. If you're looking to make the move to the Mach-E, visit Covert Ford in Austin, where you'll become part of the family. CovertFord.com.
Longtime McNeil parent Brian Kerman is a realtor who works for RE/MAX Capital City. Brian is involved in helping Round Rock families buy, sell, invest, and lease properties in the greater Austin area. He has been doing so for over 24 years. As a thank you to the community, he will be honored to donate $1,000 to your favorite booster club or other 501c3 if you use him and you close on a property. We hope you will contact Brian for all of your real estate needs at 512-921-4490 or at briankerman@remax.net. Bush's Chicken is a proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. With stores in Cedar Park, Round Rock, Georgetown, both North and South Austin, and our newest store serving Pflugerville and Hutto. Bush's serves the Texas standard in real hand-battered fried chicken and crispy tenders, tasty rolls, and that famous Bush's sweet tea. Bush's Chicken, proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. The Texas standard. Bush's Chicken. It's good, good, good.
If you're looking for a special medical spa to bring out the beauty that's in you, come visit us at Ginger Allure Med Spa. At Ginger Allure, we treat our staff and patients like family. We're here to embrace, enhance, and showcase your natural beauty with a full range of services such as injectables, laser treatments, permanent makeup, microblading, and more. We provide free consultations for all of our services to answer any of your questions. Visit us online at gingerallure.com or give us a call at 512-709-0161. Ginger Allure Med Spa, the classic approach to a new you.
Are you looking for a little something extra to get your business noticed? At Ideal Signs, they specialize in custom signage and large format digital printing in a variety of media. Their in-house design department can work with you to create custom artwork to your specifications. They'll work with you to conceptualize, design, and produce any custom projects or idea that you might have. Call 512-930-7446 or visit signsforsports.com. Ideal Signs, family owned and operated since 1969.
The Lodge Poker Club is a members-only card club offering a wide range of daily and tournament gameplay. In Round Rock, just off exit 251 on I-35, the Lodge now boasts the largest card room in Texas with 82 tables, comfortable chairs, and 40 75-inch TVs. The Lodge provides fully trained dealers and on-site security with state-of-the-art camera system to ensure the comfort and safety of our members. Open 24 hours a day. More information at thelodgepokerclub.com or call us at 512-614-4045. Visit Maze Street Boutique in Round Rock for all your shopping needs. Whether you're looking for a special gift or that perfect outfit that everyone will love, we have you covered. Come visit us in-store or shop us online at mazestreet.com. We appreciate your business and thank you for shopping local. RJAC Pressure Washing, Epoxy and Stain, veteran owned and operated, serving Central Texas for the last 10 years. Residential and commercial services available, here for all your decorative flooring needs. Call us at 512-593-8567. That's 512-593-8567.
There's nothing quite like Central Texas high school football.
Beautiful day to play some football, boys.
Under the lights. Join IHS fans Rick Epstein and Jeff Power each week as they shine the spotlight on area high school football teams, players, and coaches.
If you like Austin area high school football, this is your show. We invite you to join us for an hour of fun. Let's talk some football.
Good luck to you guys this year, and appreciate all you do for high school sports and the coverage you bring these kids.
Tuesday nights at 8.
Under the lights.
Only on Talk 1370.
Central Texas high school football fans, how cool would it be to watch up to 5 different area high school football games for free, all through your phone, computer, or smart TV, all with the click of a button? Subscribe to the iHSFAN webcast channel on YouTube. iHSFAN is the official broadcast provider for Round Rock ISD. We will see you under the lights on the iHSFAN webcast network.
Back at the Kelly Reeves Athletic Complex a little bit more than 7 minutes before kickoff here is the McNeil High School Band playing their school alma mater. Round Rock High School Band just finished playing the alma mater for Round Rock teams. It should be coming out shortly, and then it'll be time for the coin toss before we know it. I'll go ahead and give you all the officials for tonight's game. They're all from the Austin Football Officials Association. That's a chapter of the Texas Association of Sports Officials. Your referee tonight is Ethan Hopkins. Umpire is Sean Cartwright. The head lineman is Richard Bolts. Line judge is Christopher Siganoff. That's a tough name right there. Back judge, Brett Wagner. Field judge, David Wright. Side judge, Derek King. On the clock in the booth is Bill Holland. The 25-second clock will be run by Doug Duke. And on the chain gang downstairs, Heather Zellick and Thomas Zellick and Peter Mizell. So Kmart, as the teams are starting to emerge here, seeing the Round Rock Dragons coming out and getting ready to stretch and come through their dragon head. Really, we talked about it a little bit already. Keys to the game right now, we're going to run a hype video for both of the teams. Just get a little bit of footage from last week. You'll see it shows some of these Westwood highlights, but it was against McNeil last week. Keys to the ball game, as far as looking at it from a McNeil perspective, we talked about it a little bit, but last week, again, turnovers really killed them.
Yeah, without those turnovers, I think they lost 3 last week in their game against Westwood. And the margin of victory was only 3 points for Westwood. For McNeil, if they lose only 1 or only 2, if they hold on to the ball just a little bit more, they probably have enough to at least have a chance to win that game.
Right, and we've seen Westwood 3 times this year.
Oh, yes.
And we've seen how prolific their offense was and their running game absolutely terrific. And McNeil shut them down.
They did. They held Damani Stewart to 120 yards rushing, which is about half of what he averages per game. And then they limited the Westwood Warriors to only 17 points, which is less than half of their average output. The McNeil defense played great last week. They just couldn't get out of their way on offense. And sadly, I think that's what the Dragons might be facing as well.
I agree with that. And at the end of the day, I mean, it's which offense is going to do something today. I mean, both of these teams have offenses that can put points on the board and have put points on the board this season, but when they've run up against a really good defense, they struggle. Well, I think, again, it's just going to be a tussle. We may not see many points in this game. Remains to be seen, but I agree that for McNeil, they've just got to button up a little bit more. They've got to make sure that they don't turn the ball over. You can't be -5 and ever expect to win a ball game.
Yeah.
And so from Round Rock's perspective, as the Dragons are now coming out of a dragon that's belching pink and orange, it looks like, out there on the field, what does Round Rock have to do to get themselves right in this ball game?
Well, they're just going to need to take the basic steps, get something working on offense, and not do anything fancy right out of the gate, because last week they fumbled on their opening series, and it was an uphill climb the rest of the game. Now, Vandegrift is another class. We saw that on the broadcast. But for the Dragons, take care of the football. Just do what they're good at. That's going to be a lot of rollouts with Mason Cochran. It's going to be, a few jet sweeps. We'll get the ball to Hurley and Moose Garlington. But, just try to get something going and not let the McNeil defense stifle them.
Yeah, we were talking to Bob Brinkman a little bit earlier, and he essentially was saying the same thing, that Round Rock is going to, that first series last week when they had the turnover, they got all the way to the 25-yard line, turned the ball over on a bad pitch, and then the rest of the first half, they didn't get 10 yards on any possession. You cannot allow that to happen. You have got to get several, you got to get into scoring position. You're going to have to put points on the board. And I do believe that for Round Rock, Kai Haruki may be a factor here. He's such a terrific field goal kicker, and almost every high school has them now. But Kai has been so solid for the Round Rock team for the last several years that it may take us several field goals to keep themselves where they want to be. It's going to be a fascinating game to watch, no question about it. Looks like the referees are positioned midfield, looking for the captains at this point. We'll also be, looking for the national anthem, the ROTC for McNeil, setting up in the right side end zone, prepared to enter the field. And captains are being called by Rick Epstein on public address system. So it does appear that they're going ahead and bringing out the captains for the coin toss. So again, captains meeting at midfield, Round Rock being the visiting team, will get the opportunity to call the toss. Looks as though McNeil has won the toss. And there you have it. So Round Rock will receive the ball from the north end zone. Not a hint of a breeze out here this evening. So which direction you go really is probably not going to make a terrific difference in the ball game. It's just going to be who can get it going. ROTC again coming out to midfield for the national anthem. We will try to turn it over here to the public address mic for us. It is out on the press deck. And there's a few folks out there, so we'll apologize for that in advance if we hear a little bit of background noise. But it does appear as though the McNeil Maverick Choir is going to present the national anthem for us right now.
You commented on the lack of a breeze out there. I mean, the smoke from the Dragons entering the field is still lurking around the north end of the field.
Oh, it's a purple haze
it's
or a pink haze.
Good October pre-Halloween game.
Very, very nice job by the McNeil combined choirs on the national anthem. Folks, we will tell you, as we always do when we do broadcasts here, we have our text line available here during the ballgame. We'd love to hear from you, McNeil, Maverick Country. We know that y'all haven't had us on broadcast so far this season. That phone number is 512-843-5205. Love to hear from you. Shout out who your favorite player is. Band member, drill team member, cheerleader, it doesn't matter. We love to hear from you and want to know who you are and where you're texting from. We've had texts from all over the country. We've had texts outside of the country so far this year, so we would love to hear from you. We have a few in already. One saying Go Noah and Varsity Band tonight. And tomorrow at UIL area, that's a Go Rock, Go Band, Go Rock Band. That's from Mom, Dad, and Grandma. Both bands competing tomorrow at UIL area competition right here at Kelly Reeves. And they are each looking to hopefully make the finals tomorrow evening and advance to the state competition. We wish them all good luck. And one more here. We actually had a text for a Westwood game, and they're not playing here. They're over at Dragon tonight against Stony Point. A text that came from Canada, strangely enough. So, again, We'd love to hear from you folks. Do text in, and we'll give those shout-outs here during the ball game. So here we go. Rick Epstein getting excited on the public address system. Getting Maverick Nation excited here, and a good homecoming crowd here by McNeil showing up. And they're hoping that they may be able to pull out a victory tonight. The kicker for McNeil, Bryce Wilson, number 83 sophomore. And back deep, likely for the Dragons, will be Javante Arnold and Reggie Hurley. Sit back, relax, folks. Enjoy the ball game here. We're glad to have you. It's football time in Texas. It's also baseball time in Texas. Don't know how that Astros and Rangers game has gone tonight, but we're excited to be here doing high school football like we always do. Oh, and it looks like Round Rock going to bring it out after kicking it 5 yards deep in the end zone and not getting back to the 25, just to about the 20-21 yard line. Looks like the mark. And a mark to the 22. It'll be first down for the Dragons.
Maybe not the smartest choice to bring it out 5 yards deep. He only got to the 20, as you said, so net negative. For those baseball fans out there who are listening to us, the Rangers are leading 4-2 in the top of the ninth.
Rangers.
The Rangers. I'm wearing my Rangers ball cap tonight.
You are wearing that Rangers ball cap. So Round Rock on offense. Twin set receivers on the right side. Full house backfield. Cochran handing the ball up the middle. Gain out to the, looks like the 28-yard line. So a gain of about 5. It'll be second down. That ball going to number 21. Joaquin Maldonado, that's a first so far this season. Junior tight end at running back on that play. 2nd and 5. Cochran looking downfield, has a receiver, but thrown just a bit too high. Tipped by Haramuru and almost intercepted by McNeil. It'll be third down.
Christian Reyna, the defensive back from the Mavericks, had his hands on it, almost got a tip drill interception there along the sideline, but couldn't haul it in. The ball was just a little high for Haramuru.
Twin receiver set to the left side. Ball is handed off. Good penetration by McNeil, but not getting the runner down until he gets to about the 32-yard line. It's going to be very close to a first down, and it is. It is marked by the side official as a first down. Very, very close on the mark.
Nice run by Maldonado. You're right. We haven't seen him as a running back this year. He's been as a receiver several games, but good run there.
Twins right side. Ball is handed off again, and nice penetration by McNeil on the play. That was the Moose getting a yard to the 33, second down.
Moose just got tripped up as he approached the line of scrimmage, able to pick up a short gain. The art of falling forward.
It's an art form. One you and I don't know very well. Second down and 9. Twins to the short side. Cochran keeping the ball. Good penetration by McNeil. A deep pass and just overthrown and out of bounds. Number 2, Hayden Nath, was breaking open on the play, but just too much pressure. A flag in the backfield also.
Cochran made a pretty good choice throwing it out toward Nath on the right sideline. It just got a little overexcited and put too much on it.
Unless I'm wrong, I thought that was a flag in the backfield.
It looked like it, yeah. They're walking right past it.
Oh, okay. It is, so it's holding. There you go. Confused by referee Ethan Hopkins, I thought he was just walking away from it for a second and not going to call the penalty. So penalty decline on the incomplete pass, and 3rd and 9 for Round Rock, and McNeil has the Dragons exactly where they want them. Handoff up the middle on a delayed kind of draw play, if you will. Gaining only about 3 yards to the 35-yard line. It'll be 4th down, and the Dragons will have to punt.
Arnold with the ball there, just got up to the line of scrimmage, and the hole wasn't there. So now the Dragons just having to kick it away and give it over to the McNeil Mavericks.
Hoping for a defensive tussle, both of these teams, but a great job by that McNeil Maverick defense. And a timeout called at the last minute. There were too many men on the field, and it looked like Coach Hermes was about to lose his mind on the sideline, throwing his hat off. A player running off at the last second. It would have been a, basically illegal participation. Only would have been a 5-yard penalty. It wouldn't have given the ball back to the Dragons, but nonetheless, a wasted timeout, if you will, early here in the first quarter. 9:59 remaining in the opening period. We do have one more shout out. It says shout out to big number 2, Hayden Nath. Back at it. That text from his friend Vinny. Thank you, Vinny, for that. And we do encourage you folks. That text line, it'll be open all game long. 512-843-5205. Love to hear from you. Prediction in from a fan saying Round Rock's going to win by 12 plus. Not so certain about that. We'll see tonight. I think McNeil is absolutely loaded for this ball game. So back to the action. And the play clock now is whistled into motion. And a super short kick, looking like it has only gone, if I'm not mistaken, that's a 4-yard punt. I am mistaken. They marked it up. So it's a 10-yard punt.
10-yard punt, yeah.
Going out at the 45, just was not quite getting the signal from the referee. So a great start for McNeil here, starting off in Dragon territory. One more text and says, hey guys, this is Mike Oxlon from Alaska. Shout out to number 42 on McNeil, Bobby Holland. Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Holland had one of those early tackles that first series, so we didn't get a chance to call out his name, but nice tackle there by Holland.
Stacked receivers out on the right side now. And rolling out to the right side, looking good penetration coming from Round Rock on a delayed pass and gaining about 3 yards complete. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Jaden Soltz throwing the ball, and a little short gain there.
Second down run right up the middle. Only back to the line of scrimmage. And it looked like it will be 3rd down and 7.
Christian Burton and Dylan Uribe combining on the tackle there for the Dragons.
Twin receivers both sides. Handoff right up the left middle and getting close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark it a yard short right at the 36-yard line, so it will be 4th and 1. And I don't think there's any decision to be made. McNeil will be going for it.
Yeah, it's sort of what that feels like. Of course, it's in that little no man's land where a punt is counterproductive. But after getting that nice gain there on 3rd down, they got to like their chances to pick this up.
Clock rolling with about 8:40 remaining in the opening period. Twin receiver set to the left side. Pistol formation. Ball handed off on a delay, but Round Rock not having any of it. It's a loss of 2 yards, and the Dragons will get a turnover on downs.
Excellent defensive stand by the Dragons, yeah.
One more text in. It's a big shout out to Gail Galarza. That's number 68 for McNeil, and it's his birthday today. Happy birthday to Gail. And a defensive tussle, just like we predicted. Go figure, man.
Happy birthday to Gail.
So Round Rock again taking over on downs. Ball marked right at the 38-yard line on this second series. Pistol formation. Cochran keeping the ball up the middle and gaining about, it looks like 7 yards out to the 44-yard line. a 6-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Cochran made the right choice there, hanging onto the ball. The defender just absolutely clobbered Reggie Hurley, who didn't have the ball. Cochran was able to pick up a nice gain.
Twin receiver set. Flag on the play, immediately thrown, likely to be an illegal formation call or an offsides. Head linesman stepping out to the referee. The illegal formation is the call. It'll be a 5-yard mark off, and this is the type of stuff we talked about for both teams. This is the stuff that will matter, no question about it. You cannot have these kinds of penalties when offenses are struggling on both sides of the game and defenses are getting it done. So that 5-yard mark off makes it now 2nd and 9, a much taller order for the Dragons.
Well, yeah, when you're struggling to get more than 2 or 3 yards at a time, if you go backwards 5, that's a much bigger mountain to climb, to be sure.
Full house backfield. And a handoff does go up the middle, a gain short. Looks like marked at about the 43-yard line, so a 4-yard gain. It will make it 3rd down and 5. We do this often. I challenge listeners all the time. Anybody that texts in with the name of the song the band is playing, McNeil is playing, we'll give you a shout out. Twin receivers to the right side. And it looks like it either was an offsides or perhaps a false start. We'll see. But the throw going out of bounds. McNeil shifted. I did not see them come offsides personally, but it may have been.
One of the nose tackle, nose guard got in right just in between the Round Rock linemen. I don't think he made contact, so they didn't blow it dead.
And offsides is the call. That's 5 yards. That's a 1st down for Round Rock. So, again, penalties either way are going to be a big factor in this. Round Rock getting the 5 back on the cadence call. And 1st down marked at the 48-yard line. Empty backfield. Cochran now running with the ball. Barely finds a seam. Getting to midfield and then tripped up. It'll be a short gain, 2nd down, and actually just a 1-yard gain, 2nd down and 9.
Tripped up by number 42, Bobby Holland. So the shout out, working its mojo for Bobby Holland.
Without a doubt. Cochran handing the ball off the left side, gaining all the way out to about the 45-yard line of McNeil. So a good 6-yard gain. It'll set it up as 3rd and 3. 6:25 remaining in the opening period.
Nice run there for Javante Arnold. Just keep those legs moving and moving the pile forward. Big offensive lineman on the left side, Luke Miller, pushing the pile.
Pistol formation. Ball handed off to Javante Arnold up the left side and getting out to the perimeter, but getting the 1st down inside the 40-yard line. Marking it at the 38, 37-yard line. Good gainer. Round Rock has something going.
Good little tap dance along the sidelines. He had just enough room to get around the corner.
Round Rock going a little bit tempo here. They haven't so far this game. Pistol formation once again. Cochran hesitates up the left side, down to the 33-yard line. That's a gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
I believe that was a design run with just a little delay draw for Cochran. And good gain. Just take a few steps forward. Grab 5 yards.
Single receiver set on the right side. And now Javante Arnold offset left of Cochran. Cochran keeping the ball on the fake handoff, throwing the ball right side deep. Well covered and almost intercepted by McNeil. Ball intended for Haramuru. It will be third down.
Covered by number 24, Cameron Green.
Boy, you're talking about speed in the backfield for McNeil. They covered and closed on that really, really well. Very impressive.
Well, last week, Cameron Green had 10 tackles against Westwood. He was all over the field.
Twin receivers to the right side, full house backfield. Cochran keeping the ball, looking right side. Great pressure coming. That ball was complete all the way down to the 10-yard line on a super quick pass. First down and goal.
Fantastic catch by Reggie Hurley. Cochran stood in there strong with pressure and delivered it on the money. Cochran calls for the ball, hands it off up the middle. And it looks like a short gain of about 2 yards up to the 8. Now 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line for the Dragons.
Clock rolling at 4:30 remaining here in the opening period. Late substitution by McNeil. And 15 seconds on the play clock. Pistol formation, single receiver sets. Cochran rolling out to the right side. Good penetration by McNeil on the pitch play. I believe that went to the Moose. Gaining, it looks like perhaps a yard or two. Marked at the 7-yard line. It'll be third down and goal.
Cameron Green and Bobby Holland combining on the tackle there, forcing Garlington out after the short gain of about 1. They just stretched that play out wide, and Garlington ran out of real estate.
So a twin receiver set to the left side. And Garlington in the pistol. And a pitch play coming back to the right side. A block being laid out to the goal line. Number 24 for the Dragons. Is he in? Marked at the 1-inch line. My gosh, that thing strung out so long. That handoff went to Jack Oppel. And it's 4th and goal from the literal inch line. And it's a real decision time now for Round Rock to see if they're going to go for it.
That was excellent misdirection by the Dragons offense. Cochran with the delayed pitch to Oppel.
Big moment here early in the ball game. Just over 3 minutes remaining here in the opening period. 5 seconds on the play clock. Round Rock a little delayed in getting the snap out, and a timeout is called because of that delay. And that was an incredibly well-designed play by Round Rock. Have not seen that one all season long.
And of course, Oppel also plays quarterback, so we have seen him in lots of different positions on the field. He was coming in motion from the far side of the field toward Cochran there to catch that pitch. And he has enough speed. He was able to get up to the goal line, but there was a defender there, and it was an excellent tackle to stop him short of the goal line.
Well, and I mean, for heaven's sake, I mean, when that pitch came back the other direction and was so well executed, it looked like it was in the end zone. It looked like the blocking was set up well. A lot of credit to this Maverick team getting back into position and getting it stopped before it was a touchdown. Very impressed by that. And this is, again, a big-time play. Update on that Houston Rangers score. Houston now taking the lead 5-4 in the late innings in that ball game. Looks like the Ranger bullpen fell apart in the 9th inning, giving up 3 in the top. Sorry about that, Kmart. You better rub that hat, buddy. So, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's the Rangers.
Play clock now in motion. Empty backfield. Cochran now rolling out to the right side. Pitching the ball deep, but he goes out of bounds. That was given to Reggie Hurley, and it was a loss of, it looks like, a yard or two to the 2-yard line. McNeil getting the stop, and a lot of excitement here in Maverick Nation. It'll be first down McNeil at the 2.
And, of course, it looked like Cochran, if he just held on to the ball, there was a big enough hole. He got through untouched. The defenders obviously were going after Hurley, but he had enough momentum. He probably could have bowled over anyone who got in his way.
Absolutely agree with you. So a good series by Round Rock, getting some offensive momentum there, but similar again to the way that they did against Vandergrift on their one big drive in that first quarter, not getting any points. And that's going to be a tough deal here in a low-scoring ball game. McNeil taking over. Big jumbo offensive set on the offensive line. Ball handed off. Immediately stopped right at the goal line and marked just barely outside of the goal line. That's a 2-yard loss. It's going to be 2nd and 12.
Really big hit by the Dragon defense and stopping the ball carrier just as he got right outside the goal line.
Hate to break it, TK Mart. Rangers lost. Second down. 2nd down and 11 is the mark. Looking for a pass out on the left side and thrown on a delay and caught by McNeil. My gosh, perfectly executed that reception by number 9. That's Zach Christie, and it's a first down for the sophomore, and McNeil looking to go tempo.
An amazing catch there for Christie on the sideline, just up and over the Dragon defender, and good concentration as well.
Big time play by McNeil. And now a spread formation, triple receivers to the right side. Handoff coming up left. And getting out to about the 34-yard line, that's number 2, Dayron Calhoun, I believe, if I got it correct.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be 2nd down and 5.
Tackled by Hank Oppel for the Dragons, number 14.
Mr. Oppel playing all over the place. So 2nd down, triple receiver set. Now on the left side for McNeil. And great penetration by Round Rock and nothing developing. That's a huge loss of almost 10 yards. Marked back at the 26, now the 27-yard line. So a 7-yard loss. It'll be 3rd down and long for the Mavericks.
Justin Lee and Asher Chang both coming from their end positions and meeting up at the quarterback. Asher Chang getting the final wrap-up.
And Solz just has to get rid of that ball. At that point, you see it collapsing. I mean, do something. There's enough receivers out there. They could have thrown it out of bounds, perhaps. Triple receivers to the right side. Solz looking up the right side middle and throwing a good pass off the fingertips for his intended receiver. Looks like that's number 3. And that's Bo Baker. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down. And the Mavericks have to punt.
Sticking with the defensive struggle theme. Both teams have had one good throw, one good one by Cochran down the middle, one good one by Stoltz over to the left sideline. But aside from that, it's just been,
tough sledding, right?
Yeah, tough sledding.
Good snap, good penetration coming from Round Rock. They get in there, and it looks like they did block it, in fact. I did not see where the ball went. It's a little bit hazy down on the field. Don't know if it's still that purple haze. But the ball blocked, and it looks like it's going to be marked right at about the 15-yard line. The 14 is the mark. My gosh. So the momentum just going all over the place right here, thinking McNeil might break out there, and then the punt block. Round Rock with terrific field position here, starting at the 14-yard line.
There were multiple defenders that got through the protection and were right there as the punter managed to get the ball, his foot on the ball, and they just fell on it. They blocked it and fell around it. Right there.
Pistol formation. Ball handed off to Garlington up the left side. And not even getting back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1 back to the 15. It will be 2nd and 11. 1 minute remaining in the quarter. .40 seconds remaining on what may be the last play of the quarter. Twin receivers both sides, empty set backfield. Cochran keeping the ball up the left side and getting outside to about the 13-yard line, but then bottled up by the defensive back. I believe that was number 7 for McNeil, Keegan McBride, and it will be 3rd down and long.
Excellent tackle by McBride. It's tough to bring down Cochran on a good day, and he got up there Cochran got maybe half a yard on that.
Yeah, if he did. Folks, that's the last play of the quarter. They're going to go to a break. We are too. We'll be right back in a moment. This is Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford.
I've always wanted an EV, but until I saw the sleek Ford Mach-E, I didn't know just how exhilarating it could be to drive one. The Mach-E is the perfect balance between power and utility, and with features like adaptive cruise control, in-dash entertainment screen, and lane monitoring, my daily commute to training is effortless. If you're looking to make the move to the Mach-E, visit Covert Ford in Austin, where you'll become part of the family. covertford.com.
And welcome back to Kelly Reeves Athletic Complex, where we have the Dragons and the McNeil Mavericks. They've swapped ends of the field, moved up to the north end of the field for the second quarter here.
You cannot go much further for a quarter swap, if you will.
Team still taking their time getting out for the beginning of the quarter. The officials are ready for them.
And has definitely been an entertaining ball game, if scoreless, in the first quarter. McNeil's defense, Round Rock's defense, both showing up. Some special teams play in here. We've seen it all, just haven't seen any points. And we'll see if Round Rock, again, given a prime opportunity to put some points on the board here, can get it in the end zone or perhaps get a field goal. Bring us back up. There you go. Single receiver set to the right side, and a flag thrown by the umpire. Looks like a false start on the line.
Defense seems, yep, there it is. False start by the offense. Defense was pretty convinced it was going to be on the Dragons.
So ball marked back at the 24-yard line. The line to gain will be the 9. I take that back to 4. I got my markings all off. It's at the 19-yard line. I'll pick it up here sometime soon, folks. Triple receiver set to the right side. Cochran rolling out to the right side. Good penetration by McNeil. Cochran throwing into the end zone, but throwing it very high.
Intended for Hayden Nath out there. There were 3 defenders for the Mavericks. And I don't know if Cochran maybe telegraphed that a little bit. Half the defense knew it was going to that corner of the field.
So Kai Haruki coming out to attempt a field goal. It will be a 36-yard attempt from the left side hash. Hayden Nath is the holder. 6 seconds on the play clock. Ball's down, kick is up. It is, looks like wide left, and it is. A bit rushed. Great penetration from the right side of the McNeil special teams, making that kick come a little quicker than Haruki wanted it. Does not miss often, but incomplete here. We're still tied 0-0 with 11:49 remaining in the opening half.
And the defensive struggle continues.
The struggle. If you like defensive ball, this is the game to watch tonight. No question about it. So twin receivers to the left side. Ball is kept on a quarterback pitch backwards and then bottled up right at the 20-yard line. Very fortunate on the quick pitch by Soltz. Running back not quite expecting it. No gain. It will be second down and 10.
Soltz able to fall on it as he was sliding out of bounds to retain possession. Almost a disaster there.
2 disasters in a row, right? Twin receivers now to the right side. And now nobody in the backfield with Soltz. Looking up the middle, looking, throwing the ball, and thrown just a little bit too low, incomplete. It will be third down.
Aiden Walker and Dylan Uribe out to defend for the Dragons.
Baker, the intended receiver. This may be a game of who scores first. Feels that way. Full house backfield for Soltz. Single receiver set both sides. Soltz looking over to the left side, not seeing what he likes, and decides to break it out and run with it. He may have enough to pick up the first down. He does, out to the 35, 37, 38-yard line. Big 18-yard pickup. First down, McNeil Mavericks.
You know, Soltz actually has pretty good wheels.
He has good wheels.
He does not run that often. Before tonight, he only had 61 yards rushing on the season.
That may be a factor tonight. It may be the quarterback run game that helps them get the upper hand. He certainly did a good job there, seeing the open field and gaining 18 yards. Biggest play. It's definitely their biggest running play of the game. Soltz up under center, handing the ball off, and a good run on first down. All the way out to the 45-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 4. Got a player down for McNeil. Needing a little bit of assistance. We'll give you some scores here locally. In district, Vandergrift taking on Cedar Ridge over at Monroe Stadium. Vandergrift up late in the first quarter, 16-0, as they've been doing to everybody. Manor taking on Vista Ridge out in Manor, and Manor up 7-0 on Vista Ridge. That's one of the teams getting in the fight for the playoffs, so that would be a bit of an upset right there if Manor's able to pull it out. And over at Dragon Stadium on the campus of Round Rock High School, Stony Point with homecoming tonight against Westwood. Early in the first quarter says it's 21-0 Westwood. Now, I don't know if it doesn't seem right on the time frame, but nonetheless, that's a big score. Last night, Anderson High School here in Austin, Anderson Trojans, my wife's alma mater, taking on Del Valley, beating them 49-17. And then other games in District 26, 6A, a little bit late to start. Bowie and Aikens just now underway here right after 7:30. We'll bring you those scores as they come up here in the ball game. We do have the text line, of course, and we can bring that up for you one more time. We'd love to hear from you again. 512-843-5205. Do give a shout out here for your favorite ball players. Tell us who you are, where you're from, and who you're shouting out for. Band members, cheerleaders, you name it. We would absolutely love to hear for the drill team as well.
One game you failed to mention from last night, the mighty Crockett Cougars getting the win.
Cougars.
47-0 last night.
Gotta love it. Nice text in here. It says, hey, fellas, it's from a fan in Las Vegas, Nevada. Her name is Summer Major. It's a shout out to a great friend and a recent graduate, a former Maverick and Dragon, Daniel Ojeda. Graduated last year, but first player in Round Rock ISD history to play for both the Mavericks and the Dragons in the same season. Go Mavs. I love that. Great piece, a little history right there. First down for the Mavericks. I take that back. It's 2nd down, and a good job quarterback run game. We talked about that on a delayed draw, and it's going to be just enough to get the first down right at the 49-yard line.
Soltz showing those wheels again.
Triple receiver set to the right side. Soltz handing the ball off in the backfield, just bottled up by every Dragon on the line. It's going to be a loss of 1. Back to the 48. It'll be 2nd and 11. A battle of wills. Clock rolling just under 10 minutes now in the second quarter. Triple receiver set to the right side. Soltz quick pass out to the right side, behind the line of scrimmage, collapsed by the Dragons after a short gain, barely into Round Rock territory, marked at the 49. It will be 3rd down and 8.
Justin Lee absolutely leveled Soltz as he let that pass go. But the pass was complete, as you said, for a short gain out to the near side.
Twin receivers now to the left side on the strong. Line to gain is the 41-yard line. Good penetration by Round Rock and a quick pass too low. That ball intended for Baker. It will be 4th down, and the Mavericks will have to punt.
Leaving the offense out.
I don't think they are. My take is that this is just going to be a formation to see if they can get an advantage here. But I have to think that this is a punt. And sure enough, Soltz is backing up just a few more yards back to the 43. high snap, but he gets it, and a good punt, actually. It's going to be a nice roller inside, down to the goal line, and a touchback, a 49-yard punt. Just a little bit too much of a line drive, but a good job getting the ball out, and it will be touchback to Round Rock. They'll take over at the 20-yard line, 9 minutes remaining in the quarter.
Bo Baker running downfield for the Mavericks. Almost caught up to that ball and knocked it back into the field of play before it touched in the end zone. Didn't quite get there, but good pursuit, good effort.
And for you McNeil Maverick fans who have not had us on the broadcast, we will be bringing the halftime to you. You will get to see both bands, Round Rock, McNeil, and you'll get to see the drill teams as well. We love bringing that festivity to you. It's all a big part of the pageantry here on Friday night. Round Rock again taking over at the 20-yard line. Twin receivers to the left side. Ball kept by Cochran on a zone read play, gaining out to, looks like the 22-yard line, a gain of 2. It will be 2nd down and 8.
Sort of a 2 yards in the cloud of AstroTurf kind of play.
Indeed it is. Good old Fred Akers kind of play. Pistol formation. And that's the old false start on everybody but the center.
The much dreaded false start on everybody but the
False
center.
start on everybody but the center. It's a 5-yard mark off. 2nd and 13 now from the 17-yard line. Well, I've got a feeling this one's going to overtime, tied 0-0 right now. It just has that feel at this point.
Can't say that's never happened in football history,
Oh,
but
no.
man, that would be something else.
False start again. Center not getting the snap off timely. A little bit of sloppy play here. We talk about being buttoned up, and this is where you cannot do this. Round Rock now back in their own end zone almost after having the field flipped entirely the other direction. McNeil has things going the way they want it. So 5 more yards marked off. It will now be 2nd down and 18 from the 12. Yard to gain again is the 30-yard line. And now a triple receiver stack set on the right side. Cochran looking up the right side. Great penetration by McNeil and a screen pass really bottled up nicely by McNeil, but not getting the tackle done. And a gainer all the way out, it looks like, to about the 23 or 24-yard line. Javante Arnold, and a good play by Round Rock, making 3rd down manageable.
Good blocking on the play. Arnold had plenty of room to maneuver, made a couple of defenders miss, and get a nice gain.
I did not catch the linebacker, but I mean, he had that thing sniffed out, perfectly sniffed out, and just could not get Javante wrapped up. So credit to Javante Arnold getting the extra yardage. It's now 3rd down and 7. Full house backfield. Cochran rolling out right side, looking for what he wants, throwing the ball, and it is just dropped. That pass was intended for Haramuru right in the numbers and just did not pull it in, incomplete. And it'll be punting time for the Dragons.
It would have been enough for a 1st down, too, as that just is a killer.
Perfectly executed play, except for the catch. Harshaw back to do the punt duties. Aiden Taylor back to receive the punt, setting up the 40-yard line of McNeil. Clock at 7:12 remaining here in the quarter. Kick is a much better one than the one in the first quarter, and that ball rolling out to the left side and down to about the 36-yard line where it will roll dead. So a good job by Round Rock, about a 40-yard punt there, and it'll be 1st down for the Mavericks from 36.
It's almost mind-boggling that we're now 5 minutes into the 2nd quarter without any points.
Right we're going, it's going to be that way at halftime. It's going to take a special play by either one of these teams, and it may be a special defensive play by either one of these teams that may get this thing broken open. Triple receivers to the left side for McNeil. Delayed handoff coming up the right side, and good penetration by Round Rock, but the ball out to the 40-yard line, and the 41 is the mark. It's a gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
Joshua Williams on the carry there for the Mavericks. Josh Williams is the leading rusher for the Mavericks. Has 400 yards on the season.
Soltz throwing the ball out left side and low and gobbled up by the Dragons behind the line of scrimmage, marked at the 39-yard line, so a loss of 1, and it will be 3rd down. And both of these teams, plays that develop slowly are getting absolutely smothered. And that one was just too slow. It looked like on the catch it was just bobbled a bit. That's enough time for the Dragons to break down on it. So McNeil looking to see if they can get a first down and keep the ball rolling here. Triple receivers again to the left side on the short side. Soltz looking out to the left side, now throwing to the right side on an ISO receiver, and there is absolutely tussling, but that ball caught. Big first down for the McNeil Mavericks all the way to the 30-yard line. That ball caught by number 5, Gerald Gary. And that now is the biggest play for the Mavericks, going ISO on 2 passes and getting them both complete here in the first half. Triple receivers now left side. Flag on the play. And it is a false start on McNeil. After the big play, it's going to mark him back 5 yards.
So the young man that just caught that ball, Gary, he's listed as a wide receiver. He's also a backup quarterback. He plays running back. He does everything for this Mavericks offense. And we'll be calling his number frequently throughout the rest of the evening, I'm sure.
Well, he was all everything on that pass play. It was well covered, and there was some pulling and jockeying going on between he and Zavari Whitson, but the pass complete. Ball passed out to the left side quickly and stopped after a short gain, looks like to about the 34-yard line, so a gain of 3. It should be 2nd down and 12.
Another completion to Gary. Gary's a sophomore, so
a lot of sophomores on this team.
Yeah, Mavericks have many years to look forward to with him on the team.
Williams offset left, breaking out left side. And oh my gosh, the pressure coming, ball is on the ground, but it's called incomplete, but a terrific play by the Dragon defense. That was the old tuck play, if you will. I mean, it looked just like the New England Patriots. Very fortunate to get that ball out. Incomplete. It will be 3rd down and 12 now from the 34-yard line. 4:51 remaining here in the opening period.
Excellent pressure by Asher Chang on the near side. Able to put pressure on Soltz, who mercifully got it away. Didn't take a sack on it.
Williams offset right side. Soltz now looking middle right, throwing the ball and throwing it incomplete between 2 intended receivers. And it will be 4th down for the Mavericks, and it's decision time, 4th and 12 from the 34-yard line. Too far for a field goal. Don't know if they'll try to punt it. They'll probably leave that offense out there and perhaps have Soltz do a little bit of a kick. Single receiver sets to both sides, and we'll see if Soltz backs up a few yards here, perhaps to punt it. It looks like they are going for it, throwing the ball ISO on the right side and well covered by Round Rock, and a flag thrown late. They were definitely jockeying with each other. Whitson definitely tugging back and forth. Not sure that, it was either one that was more responsible for it for the other, but you can't do it. It's going to be a first down for McNeil.
Yeah, Whitson on the coverage. It was Gary again for the reception, the intended receiver. And just a little bit of tugging and pushing and pulling. And
McNeil may have found their favorite play right now. Just go ISO. Just go completely ISO on that play right now. And Gary has been good enough to get himself positioned. He's tall enough and big enough that he's getting leverage for the plays that are down there. So, yeah, they are marking the ball off against Round Rock.
Whitson is pleading his case to the official right now, but of course the official is hearing none of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the hard things on that play, and granted, our there's a bit of an optical illusion up here in the press box, but regardless of the contact, the ball to me did not look catchable. It looked quite a bit out of bounds where it landed.
That's not a bad point.
That's probably what the defense is kind of chirping about. So,
well, a big play for McNeil inside the red zone for the first time. Handing the ball off left side, and the Dragons getting it stopped for no gain. It will be 2nd down and 10 from the 19. And we said it before, it's going to be penalties. It's going to be special teams plays that are going to make the difference in this game. And big penalties have been marked off against Round Rock a couple of times. So 2nd down, triple receivers to the right side. Gary out here, ISO on the right side. We'll see if they go to him again. Looking over the middle left. And the ball thrown too high, incomplete. That ball intended, as it has been several times tonight, for Baker. Incomplete. 4 minutes, 9 seconds remaining here. Clock stopped.
Christian Burton in the coverage for the Dragon defense.
So once again, I'm going to say Gary's the guy to watch right down here on the numbers, right at the 20-yard line between the numbers. Williams offset to the left of Schultz. Schultz looking. Pressure coming. Ball thrown nicely complete right down to the 5-yard line. And who is it?
It sure is Mr. Gary, isn't it?
It's Mr. Gary. This guy's got it going on. You can tell he's focused just by his posture on the field. He is making the absolute difference for the Mavericks.
It was just a great pitch and catch there from Schultz to Gary. Gary had the defender on his back and was just there was no one that was going to catch the ball except him. It came right to him.
Oh, it's a perfect post play. Well thrown. Well executed. Gary ISO again on the right side by himself. Schultz handing the ball off up the middle right side and stopped after a short gain, marked at the 3-yard line. It will be 2nd and goal.
Hank Oppel on the stop for the Dragons.
Mavericks going tempo. Williams again offset left side. Ball handed off to Williams once again and hit. The ball is in the air, and Round Rock looks to have it, and they do at the 8-yard line. Unbelievable turn of plays.
Literally, I was just thinking to myself, my goodness, we're going to see an offensive score, and just a disaster there.
We'll roll a replay for you right here, but it looked like that Williams was going to go in the end zone and just gets popped. Ball goes flying up in the air. It's coming here. We'll roll back to the live action in a second. That was the previous play. They went tempo right here.
If I'm not mistaken, it was Zavari Whitson
and the
that
ball
picked
just
the ball
popped
out
up.
of the air.
Sure as heck did. So Zavari, after taking advantage of on a few pass plays, getting the turnover for Round Rock. 3 minutes, 19 seconds here again in the opening period. Round Rock marking off at the 7-yard line. Ball kept by Cochran up the right side, but good pursuit by the McNeil Mavericks, taking Cochran down after no gain. It will be 2nd down, clock rolling right at 3 minutes. This game is straight out of the 1950s. If only we were on a muddy, grassy field.
You don't have to go that far back. You just have to go to the Big Ten from some good old Iowa football.
Definitely got
last week in the Big Ten.
Solid Iowa feel to it. Clock at 2:45 now. Twin receivers to the left side. Cochran getting the ball and getting pressured in the end zone. Steps out, throws the ball deep, and that ball almost intercepted. A great job breaking on the ball by McNeil. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd down.
Defended by Cam Green for the Mavericks. Not able to haul in the interception.
Breaking in from the right side, did a terrific job on that. I don't think the ball would have been complete anyway. It was intended for Hayden Nath. Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining here in the opening half.
As if they want to extend this first half in?
Well, you never know. So again, twin receiver set to the left side. Ball thrown upfield, and a nice job by Cochran getting the ball outside the 20-yard line. And it's 1st down for the Dragons.
Completes a Nath up around the 20-yard line. Good grab, good 1st down.
Timeout on the field. Looks like for a bit of a nick-up injury for McNeil. One of the backs coming off the field on his own power. And clock rolling once again. Now 2:20 remaining here in the opening half. Single receiver set, both sides. Cochran handing the ball off up the right side, and a gainer out to about the 27-yard line. It'll be second down and about 4.
I believe that was Moose Garlington on the carry for the Dragons.
The Moose. Clock at 1:55 and rolling. Empty set backfield, triple receivers to the left side. Cochran getting pressured, throwing the ball down the right side deep. And that ball is caught by Rawk, and they're going to go for a touchdown. Unbelievable way to end the first half. Hayden Neff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo! I cannot believe what I just saw. Is there a flag on the play? The officials are back here. Oh, and there's a flag. Unbelievable. This game just does not want to have a score in it.
If I'm not mistaken, the officials are standing right next to the flag there at the 31.
First offensive excitement of the game. Ineligible receiver downfield. My gosh. This has been a strange one, folks. I'll leave it at that. An incredible play by Rawk, trying to get some points on the board there, but all for naught. It'll be a 5-yard mark-off and remain second down.
That lineman must have gotten down the field in a hurry because Cochran didn't hold on to the ball very long.
You only have 3 yards, and it's like if you know it's going to be a pass play, and that was a absolute set pass formation. You heard the McNeil students. You can't do that. You cannot do that. No question about it. So 1:39 remaining here again in the opening half. Pressure coming by McNeil and a delayed pass out here in the left side flat. And nice job by McNeil getting the receiver wrapped up. That's number 24, Jack Opple. After a short gain, it will be third down and about 5.
A little bit of a sidearm throw there for Cochran to sort of get between, weave through the defenders and deliver to Opple.
McNeil shuffling up their formation a bit. 17 seconds remaining on the play clock. Just about 1 minute remaining here. Pressure coming, and now you got Cochran rolling out the right side, and a good job on the trip up. That's number 55 for McNeil getting the stop. And that was what, Darren Powell. But they marked it as a first down. I cannot believe that, because Cochran looked absolutely a yard short on that thing, but they marked it at the 32. Very surprised. So 45 seconds remaining here, and clock rolling. Cochran looking for Hayden Nath. Good pressure coming from McNeil. Now Cochran rolling out to the right side, out to the 35, 36, 37, and out of bounds. Clock stops at 32 seconds remaining here in the opening half. Whistles on the field. It must be a flag, and it is in the backfield. It's got to be a hold. Rawk is definitely winning at penalties over McNeil. Holding is the call, marking it back to the 22. And my guess at this point is that Rawk is going to probably just take a victory formation, if you want to call it that right now, and just run the clock out.
Maybe more of a ambivalence formation.
Okay, we could call it that. Again, all credit to the defenses on both sides. They have absolutely, I mean, McNeil's, we heard it, and they have lived up to expectations. Absolutely doing the job. Clock now rolling. Should be rolling. The referee rolled the clock, and now it is rolling. Cochran looking up the middle and pressure coming, spinning out of the pressure, rolling out here to the left side, throwing the ball downfield, incomplete.
Cochran did a really good job of evading pressure. He had guys around his knees, around his ankles, pushing on him, pulling on him. He just broke a tackle and then delivered the ball to up the sideline to get it, just to throw it away and avoid the sack.
20 seconds remaining here in the half. Clock stops on the incompletion. Empty backfield set. Max protection. Cochran looking up the right side, throwing the ball as deep as he can throw it, and has a receiver, but thrown just a little bit too deep for Haramuru. Now 14 seconds remaining.
Cameron Green for the Mavericks in defense there, and probably had a little bit better opportunity to catch that particular ball.
I agree. So 3rd down and 20. Triple receiver set to the right side. Pistol formation. Ball is handed off. It looks like it's to Moose Garlington, getting out to about the 30-yard line and then just flipped down on the field. And a timeout called by McNeil, and I thought that they would do it. So, a little bit of a strategy there thing on Round Rock, allowing McNeil to get the opportunity for a timeout here to force a punt or force a play right here, seeing what they can get out of it. We'll see if McNeil takes advantage of the situation right here.
A little bit of gamesmanship there by Coach Scott Hermes.
And smartly done.
Yeah. That was Keegan McBride on the tackle for the Mavericks.
Now, I don't know what you do if you're Round Rock. I don't punt this ball. You absolutely have Cochran in the backfield. You take some flyers, and you get your receivers to go all the way down the field, and you just throw the ball as deep as you can and throw it out of bounds and be done with it.
Whatever play you want to run that takes at least 5 seconds off.
Yeah, that's really the trick right here, and you've got to throw that ball high and deep and just make sure it goes out of bounds. That's what I would expect Round Rock to do in this situation. We'll see. Once again, folks, we hope you will stick with us during the halftime. We will bring you all of the halftime festivities. Round Rock electing to kick the ball. Granger in to do the kick. And McNeil will absolutely come with everything they've got to try and get the block right here. And a high snap. Good pressure coming, and the kick does get away. And a flag on the field. In fact, several flags on the field, probably for illegal participation. Regardless, the clock is going to run out here on the half. We'll see what the officials have to say. Half not quite over yet until the officials signal it over. At this point, they call out to the sideline for Round Rock. It is illegal participation on McNeil, and that is the half right there, folks. We're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break. We'll come back with the halftime festivities. This is Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford.
I've always wanted an EV, but until I saw the sleek Ford Mach-E, I didn't know just how exhilarating it could be to drive one. The Mach-E is the perfect balance between power and utility, and with features like adaptive cruise control, in-dash entertainment screen, and lane monitoring, my daily commute to training is effortless. If you're looking to make the move to the Mach-E, visit Covert Ford in Austin, where you'll become part of the family. CovertFord.com.
Longtime McNeil parent Brian Kerman is a realtor who works for RE/MAX Capital City. Brian is involved in helping Round Rock families buy, sell, invest, and lease properties in the greater Austin area. He has been doing so for over 24 years. As a thank you to the community, he will be honored to donate $1,000 to your favorite booster club or other 501c3 if you use him and you close on a property. We hope you will contact Brian for all of your real estate needs at 512-921-4490 or at briankerman@remax.net.
Bush's Chicken is a proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. With stores in Cedar Park, Round Rock, Georgetown, both North and South Austin, and our newest store serving Pflugerville and Hutto. Bush's serves the Texas standard in real hand-battered fried chicken and crispy tenders, tasty rolls, and that famous Bush's sweet tea. Bush's Chicken, proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. The Texas standard. Bush's Chicken. It's good, good, good.
Back at Kelly Reeves Athletic Complex, and we'll take it to the public address announcer with the Dragonettes and the Dragon Band to come.
The Dragonettes dance officers are Major Kate Burke, Major Elaine McDonald, Lieutenant Colonel Sophie Muesler, and Colonel Warren Brown. congratulations to the Spirit Girl of the Week, Hannah Garza. And congratulations to the Officer's Choice of the Week, Roseanne Olakigo. Tonight the Dragonettes will be performing a jazz routine to Everything. The Dragonettes are under the direction of Corey Roper and Stasny Hayes. Managers are Ava Branson and Fatima Hussein. The Dragonettes would like to say a great big thank you to all our sponsors this year. We appreciate your continued support of our organization and investment in our community. Thank you to our proudest sponsors, Direct Color, Hurricane Grill and Wings, May Street Boutique, Women's Health Domain, Dr. Amy Chapman, Dr. Tyler Hancock, and Dr. Katie Boswell. Moonhouse Bay Spa Cedar Park, and Austin Fleet Services. It's halftime, and that means showtime. They have represented Round Rock and Central Texas in competitions and parades across the nation. Annually recognized as one of the premier bands in the country, Dragon Band parents and fans, please welcome your band to the field. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Junior varsity members of the week are Woodwind, Lucas Gianoulis, Brass, Mia Pastrano, and Percussion, Namish Joshi. Varsity members of the week are Woodwind, Samitra Gupta, Brass, Wyatt Scott, Percussion, Lucky Ilkayan, and Color Guard, Peyton Oldman. Tonight, the Dragon Band will present their 2023 show entitled Luminous, with music by James Horner and Ennio Morricone. The band is led on the field by drum majors Tarak Bakker, Titania Dandekar, Anandha Upaluru, and Andrew Wu. Ladies and gentlemen, the Round Rock High School Dragon Band.
Wow, wow, wow. Round Rock Dragon Band, really terrific performance right there. Hustling off the field after performing their contest show. McNeil, Round Rock, all the Round Rock ISD bands performing at Region for UIL earlier this week. All of them getting superior ratings, meaning they advance to the UIL area competition tomorrow right here at Kelly Reeves Athletic Complex. Round Rock performing in the morning, McNeil in the afternoon. And it is a competition to determine 5 area bands from all the way from Waco down to San Antonio. Which 5 area bands will make it to the state marching competition here at the end of the month. A terrific job by the Round Rock Band and the Dragonettes on their routine as well. It's homecoming night here for the McNeil Mavericks, and so McNeil coming out, and it looks like it will be the homecoming court. It does look like the McNeil drill team will be doing a performance of some sort. We don't know if it, maybe we're wrong on the homecoming thing, because I sure don't see crowns out there. Or do we? Oh, yeah, we do. Evan Carter, eagle eye, down under the scoreboard. You can see the homecoming court is out there lined up to come out. So we will take a look right here at the McNeil drill team performance and then bring you the homecoming festivities for McNeil.
Tyson College. Tyson was left over the team by his mother, Exhilarate, Thomas, and girlfriend, Keisha Hughes. Tyson is on the India football and track team. After high school, Tyson plans to attend the University of Texas at Austin to Virginia. Freshman Duke, Tyson College. Freshman Duke, Malaya Ruffin. Malaya just hit the season by her father, Scarlett Hopig, and sister Jade Young. Malaya is a member of the McNeil track team and participates in dance. After high school, Malaya plans to attend Louisiana State University for psychology. Freshman Justice, Malaya Ruffin. And representing the Royal Crew of the sophomore class, our sophomore group, Preston Stone. Preston is also receiving by his mother, Amber Hollis, and father, Mike Stone. Preston is on the McNeil football and baseball teams and is a member of the McNeil Team Club. After high school, Preston plans to attend college and major in business. Sophomore group, Preston Stone. Sophomore Justice, Catherine Kenny. Catherine is also receiving by her parents, Elizabeth and Diane Kenny, along with her sister, Clinton. Catherine is a member of the Rio Rhapsody, the vice president of the Black Student Union, a member of the Mavericks band, and student council.
I don't hear anything.
Catherine plans to attend the University of Texas at Austin for nursing and anesthesiology. Sophomore Justice, Catherine Kenny. Give it up for our junior prince, Joshua Gagnon. Joshua is escorted this evening by his mother, Jacqueline Michelle, and father, Wilbert Gagnon. Joshua is on the McNeil football and track team and attended regionals last year for Triple J. After high school, Joshua plans to attend college and study marine biology. Junior prince, Joshua Gagnon. Please welcome our junior princess, Melania Navarro. Melania is also represented by her father, Benjamin Navarro. Melania is on the McNeil track team and a member of the Chief Club. In her spare time, Melania enjoys volunteering. After high school, Melania plans to attend veterinary school. Junior princess, Melania Navarro.
John Mark said he can only.
Senior princess, Aries Bouchard, is escorted this evening by her mother, April Lewis, and father, Derek Lewis. Aries is a Maverick cheerleader and on the track team. Aries plans to attend Texas State University to study formal adjustment. Senior princess, Aries Bouchard. Senior prince, Jacob Easter, is escorted this evening by his mother, Lindy Easter. Jacob is a grand corporate chairman and a part of the musical theater, interpretation, and musical. Jacob is planning to earn his bachelor of fine arts in acting and minor in psychology. Senior prince, Jacob Easter. Senior princess, Iris Fletcher. Iris is escorted this evening by her parents, Pam and Brian Fletcher. Iris proudly serves as founder of the president of the McNeil Clinical Skills Lab Club while maintaining an active membership in OSHA. Her commitment to healthcare extends beyond those roles, and she has been a part of the healthcare track since her freshman year and earned designation as Certified Clinical Medical Assistant in her junior year. As a senior, she is poised to earn her pharmacology technician certification. Iris also actively participates on the school's golf team and has dedicated over a decade to the sport of soccer. Representing the Lone Star Soccer Club, Iris plans to attend the University of Arkansas for her Bachelor's in Science and Nursing and pursue a career as a nurse practitioner. Senior princess, Iris Fletcher. Senior prince, Aaron Hall. Aaron is also received by his friends Avini, Ignis, and Nova Dexter. Aaron has been acting since he was 7 years old and is actively involved in the U.S. theater program as well as musical theater. And Veronica. After high school, Aaron plans to earn a Bachelor of Fine Arts in musical theater while minoring in marketing. After college, Aaron plans to tour all around the world and live in New York City, performing on Broadway and working part-time. Senior prince, Aaron Hall. Senior princess, Veronica Hudson. Veronica is also received by her mother, Tracy Ward, and father, Lamar Hudson. Veronica is co-captain of the Alpha Theta Nav Step Team, a member of the Black Student Union, and yearbook staff. After high school, Veronica plans to attend Prairie View University to study business management and information systems. Senior princess, Veronica Prince Austin Ham. Austin is also received by his mother, Amber Ham, and sister Kaylee Ham. Austin is a 2-year varsity starter from the McNeil Mavericks football team. He's also served as McNeil FFA officer for 2 years, currently serving as the McNeil FFA secretary. Austin is also active member of the McNeil Engineering Club and enjoys volunteering his time as a Roto Austin junior leader. After high school, Austin plans to attend the University of Arkansas and major in civil engineering. Senior Prince Austin Ham. Senior Princess Annie Kuzmansky. Annie is escorted this evening by her parents Julie and Alexander Kuzmansky. Annie is an active member of the Yale Yearbook, Avid, the Star Project, and theater, as well as a yoga instructor for the Movement for Athletic Athletes Club. After high school, Annie plans to attend St. Edward's University for studying nursing and hopes to make a positive impact in some way to the world. Senior Princess Annie Kuzmansky. Senior Prince Tiago Myers. Tiago is educated by his father, Rusty Myers. Tiago is a 2-year varsity starter from the McNeil Mavericks football team. After high school, Tiago plans to attend Texas State University to study business. Senior Prince Tiago Myers. Senior Princess Rachel Carnaccio is escorted this evening by her parents, Leslie and David Carnaccio. Rachel is a varsity cheerleader, editor-in-chief of the McNeil newspaper, The Trailblazer, National Honor Society member, and a member of the Green Corps. After high school, Rachel plans to study pediatric nursing in college. Senior Princess Rachel Carnaccio. Senior Prince Ariba Sunji. Ariba is escorted this evening by his father, Sunji. Ariba is a member of the 2D Math Club, a computer science club, JECA, National Honor Society, and the Computer Science UIL team. After high school, Ariba plans to attend the University of Texas at Austin to study computer science. Ariba Sunji. Senior Princess Anisha Pinar. Anisha is escorted this evening by her parents, Roxanne and Sai of Florida. Anisha is a member of JECA, COSA, National Honor Society, the McNeil Grow Up Club, and the McNeil English Media. Anisha plans to attend the University of Texas at Austin or Texas A&M to study biology. After college, Anisha plans to attend medical school. Senior Princess Anisha of Florida. Senior Prince Connor Stein. Connor is escorted this evening by his mother, Blair Stein. Connor is a member of the McNeil Yearbook and Air Force ROTC. After high school, Connor plans to enter the Air Force as a pilot and travel the world to explore cultures and opportunities. Maverick Nation, your 2023 McNeil High School Homecoming Royal Horse. Your 2023 McNeil High School Homecoming King is Austin Ham. Your 2023 Homecoming Queen is Iris Fletcher. Thank you and congratulations to our 2023 McNeil Royal Court.
And that does it for homecoming activities for the McNeil Mavericks. It's about time for the third quarter to start. We're going to take a quick commercial break and be right back with the beginning of that third quarter. This is Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford.
If you're looking for a special medical spa to bring out the beauty that's in you, come visit us at Ginger Allure Med Spa. At Ginger Allure, we treat our staff and patients like family. We're here to embrace, enhance, and showcase your natural beauty with a full range of services such as injectables, laser treatments, permanent makeup, microblading, nutrition, and more. We provide free consultations for all of our services to answer any of your questions. Visit us online at gingerallure.com or give us a call at 512-709-0161. Ginger Allure Med Spa, the classic approach to a new you.
Are you looking for a little something extra to get your business noticed? At Ideal Signs, they specialize in custom signage and large format digital printing in a variety of media. Their in-house design department can work with you to create custom artwork to your specifications. They'll work with you to conceptualize, design, and produce any custom projects or idea that you might have. Call 512-930-7446 or visit signsforsports.com. Ideal Signs, family owned and operated since 1969.
The Lodge Poker Club is a members-only card club offering a wide range of daily and tournament gameplay. In Round Rock, just off exit 251 on I-35, the Lodge now boasts the largest card room in Texas with 82 tables, comfortable chairs, and 40 75-inch TVs. The Lodge provides fully trained dealers and on-site security with state-of-the-art camera system to ensure the comfort and safety of our members. Open 24 hours a day. More information at thelodgepokerclub.com or call us at 512-614-4045.
Back for the second half kickoff here at the Kelly Reeves Athletic Complex. As Kevin Martin so aptly just put it, the Dean Wormer Memorial score 0.0. Both teams not able to score in the first half. A valiant job on defense both sides. McNeil with 2 turnovers in the first half, hurting them. Round Rock with 50 yards and penalties, hurting them. And here comes the kickoff back deep. Number 0, Aiden Taylor. Number 22, Joshua Gaden. That kick is away into the end zone. It is marked in the end zone. Thought they might rule it having gone out of bounds. Touchback, McNeil starts at the 25.
Let's see if the McNeil Mavericks coaching staff made any adjustments here for the offense, see if they can get something going.
Again, it's offensive mistakes for both teams. Can't turn the ball over, can't have key penalties. Both teams cost themselves a touchdown on a turnover and on a penalty. Well, here we go with the second half. Triple receiver stack on the left side. And a quick pass out in the flat. And about 5 yards on first down. We were saying earlier, that type of pass is going to be a tempo pass by Schultz, getting it out quickly so you can get upfield. And success there on first down, getting ahead of the chains. Triple receivers now to the right side. Good pressure coming, and a quick pass thrown in the flat and almost picked off. Looked like it hit number 30, Christian Burton, I believe, linebacker for Round Rock, in the chest, unless it was number 50. It's hard for me to tell from up here.
Justin Lee and Hank Oppel just absolutely clobbering Schultz on the backfield again. So he stood in tough and delivered the ball.
3rd down and 5. Schultz now getting the play call that he wants. Looking up the left side, throwing deep. It's that ISO play once again, looking to get what they can. Certainly contact, but not contact initiated by the defense, and no penalty thrown. It'll be 4th down for the Mavericks.
Almost able to haul that ball in. He got his hands on it. I believe that was number 9, Zach Christie, for the Mavericks, who was the intended receiver.
Had 2 receptions for 31 yards in the first half. Gary, number 5, we're talking about him quite a bit. Had 4 receptions in the first half for 48 yards. Snap back on the punt. Pressure coming from Round Rock, and a good punt by McNeil, taken right at the 38-yard line. McNeil not letting it go any further than that. First down for the Dragons after only 38 seconds taken off the clock here in the 3rd quarter. 11-12 remaining.
Well, you mentioned Gary had 40 yards in receptions in the first half, but almost as important was the 25 yards in penalties that the Dragons racked up just defending him in the first half.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They did have 7 penalties for 50 yards. Round Rock did. McNeil, 2 penalties for 10 yards. And again, McNeil with 2 turnovers, Round Rock with none. I mean, it's just shooting yourself in the foot. Both of these teams are going to have to, dial it down and play buttoned-up football, as we say. Handoff on the opening play and out to about the 40-yard line. Marked back at the 39, so a gain of 2. It will be 2nd down and 8.
Javante Arnold pushing the pile forward there for the short gain.
Almost identical game for both teams in the first half. Both teams having about 100 yards in offense and both having only 6 first downs. So again, 2nd down and 8. Cochran rolling back deep and ball tipped up in the air. Nicely done. Hands up on the defensive line. Incomplete pass, and it will be 3rd down and 8.
This feels like the kind of game where we're going to need to have a fumble rooski or some other sort of trick play to make something happen. I mean, it just, nothing is really clicking for either offense. It's just going to take something out of the ordinary for either team to get it going.
.14 seconds remaining on the play clock. Pistol formation, and now 7 seconds remaining on the play clock. Good penetration by McNeil, and running out here on the left side is Javante Arnold, and a flag coming from the 35-yard line all the way in. It had to have been a hold.
While the officials sort that one out, I want to give a little shout out to number 70 on the offensive line for Round Rock. That's J.P. Driscoll. On that batted pass, he was in a position where he could have, caught that ball. But realizing there wasn't a defender in the area to make the interception, and realizing that had he received it, it would have been a loss of yards, he let it fall. He made the right decision. It's a heads-up play, so credit to number 70 there.
Good call by Evan Carter. Hold is the call on Round Rock. That ends up being a 7-yard penalty, so it's now 3rd down and 15. Clock rolls. Twin receiver set to the right side with Reggie Hurley out on the right side now. And a timeout called by Round Rock. Not liking what they see. 10-10 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. I'm telling you, partner, you were talking about it's going to take some kind of trickeration. I feel like this game needs to be narrated by John Facenda, the old NFL Films guys, like whirling in a cloud of dust for 2 yards. It's just a tough sled for both of these teams, but it's old school football, and they talk about it all the time. Defense and special teams, they win ball games, and believe me, I mean, this McNeil defense and Round Rock's defense tonight has done the job. They've stayed home and done what they need to do. It's just going to be a matter of which team gives up the score first. It may really be a 7-0 game or 3-0 game at the end of this.
Well, so far tonight, of course, Kai Haruki attempted a field goal and wasn't able to convert that one. So, a little bit of a special teams miscue there. And on the other end of the field, the Mavericks had that punt block. So another special teams miscue on the other way.
So back set from Cochran. And now rolling out to the right side is Cochran, looking upfield, throwing the ball a bit low and incomplete. And it will be 4th down. Round Rock having to kick the ball away. Some other scores in the district. Currently at halftime, Vandegrift up on Cedar Ridge 37-0. Manor and Vista Ridge at halftime also tied at 14. And over at Dragon Stadium, halftime, Westwood up on Stony Point 35-0. Some big blowouts tonight. 2 really close games and 2 big blowouts. Good snap. Good pressure coming from McNeil. Ball is high and a bit short on the kick. It takes a bit of a sideways hop and now back into Round Rock territory at the 49-yard line. That punt going for only about 18 yards, and a good job on special teams by McNeil getting the pressure and forcing the short punt. And the Mavericks will take over 9:51 in the 3rd quarter.
To add insult to injury, one of the Round Rock players covering that punt got rolled up on as he was trying to cover the ball.
Halftime down in District 26, 6A. Dripping Springs hosting Lake Travis, 14-0. Dripping Springs at the halftime.
That's one of those things. That's one of those things you see that, and is that a misprint?
No, Dripping Springs is good enough. Lake Travis may not be giving their best effort tonight. Full house backfield. And a run by Saltz up the left side and getting about 8 yards. A good play, marking it now 7 yards. And now 8 again. So it'll be 2nd down and 2.
Once again, Saltz showing his wheels, but as we were commenting earlier, it's a little bit unusual for the Mavericks to run the quarterback, so maybe that's what works for him here in the second half.
Agreed. Saltz rolling out left side, seeing you can find something and throwing a delayed pass, but too high, out of bounds. And it will be 3rd down, and the ball was, in fact, marked back to the 42-yard line, so it is 3rd down and 3. Twin receiver set here on the right side. Gerald Gary out on the perimeter. Full house backfield again. 20 seconds on the play clock. Ball's kept by the quarterback up the middle, but only to the 40-yard line. It is going to be short by a solid yard. It will be 4th and 1. McNeil going with a jumbo type set. They substituted in, and they cannot snap the ball until there's complete set by Round Rock. Ball is snapped. It's handed off and stopped in the backfield, but actually getting the momentum down to the 38-yard line, slipping through off the left side, and it is going to be a 1st down for the Mavericks. Big time play.
Excellent. Good second effort there by the Mavericks running back to just push forward after that initial contact and getting that 1st down.
New set of downs. Triple receiver set on the right side. Saltz getting pressured, but throwing the ball up the left side. ISO, wide open receiver, and caught on the tip and into the end zone. It's a Maverick touchdown.
I'm going to hope that Evan has that for a replay. My goodness, what a great one-handed grab on the far sideline.
No penalty flags on the field. Terrific play, and again, McNeil has had success on this single receiver sets. When they ISO out, that they have connected 3 times on big passing plays. Great job by Saltz on the pass. Extra point to come. Kick is up. It is good. Your score for the first time in the ball game, 8:17 remaining in the 3rd quarter, is McNeil 7 and Round Rock nothing. Wow. Oh, and Evan Carter dialing it up for us on the replay.
Yeah, pulled back on the camera a little bit, so it's a bit of a distant view, but it should all be there.
Captures it well. Just a good hitch play, really. I mean, you got to give credit on the design, just a hitch to get the defensive back to hold up for just a moment and then break out in the open. Great play by McNeil to get the first points on the board, and that may be what gets this thing going.
Obviously still a lot of football left to play here tonight. Just better half of the 3rd quarter plus the 4th, but the way this game's been going, that might be enough.
Well, it really could. And, Round Rock has struggled to score this last game. They only scored 3 points last week. So they're now going 6 quarters with only 3 points on the board, now 7 quarters. Round Rock is going to have to figure out something to get it dialed up and try to get back into this thing. Very similar to that Westwood game. Kick is away. And a good return out to about the 27, 28-yard line. Nice rugby scrum. And they do mark it at the 28, 1st and 10 for the Dragons.
As Reggie Hurley climbs from the bottom of the pile there. It's a good run there. Nice return.
Twin receiver set now to the left side. Cochran rolling out right and throwing a ball on the short flat. And a gainer out to about the 33, 34-yard line. Marked it at the 32. 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6.
Nice catch there by Elijah Ellis for the Dragons.
Full house backfield. Garlington out right side. Ball is handed off. Number 21 up the left side, getting out to the 45. Midfield into McNeil Maverick territory. No flags on the field. I'm going to call it out that way as many times as I can, folks. But again, that's Maldonado on the run. Biggest run of the game, I believe, for the Dragons. 1st down.
Maldonado getting more reps at running back, making it work.
Really good misdirection. Caught several of the Mavericks off guard, not realizing Maldonado had the ball. Single receiver set in a pistol. Garlington getting the ball up the right side and getting just about back to the line of scrimmage and no more. It'll be 2nd and 10.
You know, as much as these two schools, a little bit of a rivalry game. It's a lot of these kids know each other. Homecoming for the Mavericks. They're still helping each other up off the ground.
No question. Handoff up the middle. And gainer down all the way to the 43-yard line. A 5-yard gain on the play. That was Garlington's. It's going to be 3rd and 5. And you have to think this is 4-down territory.
Of course it is.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
As silly as that sounds, with 6.5 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter, if you're in the other team's territory, it's 4-down territory. I mean, defenses have played well so far. Ball handed off the right side. McNeil having absolutely none of it. Getting it stopped behind the line of scrimmage at the 44-yard line, a loss of 1, so it's now 4th and 6.
You mentioned 4-down territory. Another factor to consider here is that special teams for Round Rock haven't been tremendous so far.
A little shaky.
The average punt distance is probably within 20 yards. So there's not that much to be gained by putting the special teams out there.
Well, you know, you take into account now a loss there. You know, you draw them offside right here. It's only 5 yards. It doesn't get you the 1st down. There's a lot to factor in. 2 receiver set to the right side. Cochran looking to the sideline. 10 seconds on the play clock. Round Rock already using one of their timeouts so far here in the quarter. And they're taking another one. 2 timeouts now to Round Rock, and that could come up as a big factor here in the ball game. 5:47 remaining here in the 3rd quarter with this decision. Well, I mean, you know, at this point, McNeil has to like where they are. Again, folks, I mean, those that may have joined late or don't know the history of this game, it has been since 2009 since the McNeil Mavericks have beaten Round Rock. I mean, yeah, that's hard to imagine, hard to believe, but it's been mostly in this series, it's been Round Rock dominating over McNeil, and McNeil, you know, kind of struggling to get their feet under him. Jeff Cheatham, his entire head coaching record at Round Rock was undefeated against McNeil. They just never could figure Round Rock out, and now they're really in a position to take control of this ball game. If Round Rock chooses to go for it here and is unable to secure a 1st down and somehow McNeil can turn it into points, this is a tall order for Round Rock. This defense is so good for the Mavericks.
Yeah, and we'll see here if the Dragons coaching staff chooses to maybe take a little bit more of a gamble. They've got the ball in McNeil territory, and that it hasn't happened a whole lot so far here tonight. And you know, you kind of want to keep the pressure on if you can. It's a big conversion here at 4th and 6.
We'll see if there's some trickeration. So twin receiver set to the right side. Clock now under on the play clock, 15 seconds. Cochran rolling back, looking, throwing the ball deep, well covered, and absolutely nothing doing. And it's incomplete, and it's a turnover on downs for the second time tonight, I believe, on Round Rock, not having scored early in the ball game when they were down at the 1-yard line. McNeil taking over with terrific field position at the 44-yard line and feeling the momentum right here. Not going to be shocked if they try to go deep.
That would be a really good choice by the Mavericks to try to take advantage of that change in momentum there. There in that last fourth down play.
Yeah, you trust your defense, right? They've done it all night. You know that might as well take a gamble and see if you get a cheap one right here. So ISO receiver on the right side. Definitely worth a watch. Ball's handed off, coming up the right side. Round Rock stopping it after a short gain out to the 47-yard line. 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Cole Dodds on the tackle for the Dragons.
Waltz handing the ball off again. Same exact play draw and getting out to midfield and now to about the 49-yard line. It is marked a gain of 4. And it is now 3rd down and 3 for the Mavericks.
Cole Dodds and Christian Burton combining for that tackle. And right now, the Mavericks are playing to be conservative with 7-point lead and not much else going. Yeah, be conservative.
And a perfect play. Shooting themselves in the foot, making mistakes. And off again, same thing, same exact play. They've run that 4 times in this series already.
A late flag.
And a late flag thrown. It does look like McNeil is basically saying, we think we can win this one 7-0. Official holding is the call. Big penalty on McNeil. And now they'll have to toss the ball. From 2nd and 22 now. And again, I have to believe they have simplified the playbook. It's quarterback run, it's a little bit of run off right tackle, and then it's kind of an ISO receiver deep ball. That's all they're doing right now.
See how long it takes them to throw to Gary.
And the little flat pass out on the left side, they've been doing a lot as well. Good pressure coming from Round Rock. Ball thrown over the middle and nicely caught. And who is it? It's number 15 not number 5. That ball received by Rashad Jackson. So a good gainer now, making it manageable at 3rd down and 8 from the 42-yard line. Line to gain is 34. .20 on the play clock. Schultz looking right side for the ISO play, throwing the ball deep, and Whitson all over.
Oh my gosh, what a fantastic catch by Gary.
They just can't cover him. They cannot cover him. Gary's been, to me, the player of the game in so many ways, and the pass interference on it also, but Whitson pulling on the shoulder pad, trying to drag him back. He just can't keep up with him.
It was a fantastic one-handed grab as he was falling down, and there was defensive holding at the same time.
Yeah. Just a terrific play by McNeil. Going from 2nd and 22 to getting a 1st down in the red zone. That's hard to beat. 1st down, McNeil. Triple receiver set on the left side. That's a false start on the offense. Mark it back 5 yards. 3:23 remaining in the quarter. McNeil, Maverick Nation, they're feeling it right now.
As they should.
And we haven't really mentioned it, but this is as good a McNeil crowd as I've ever seen at one of these games.
I would agree.
Absolutely terrific crowd here. Students piled up in the student section, really representing well tonight. So again, triple receiver set on the left side. Waltz handing the ball off, right side, middle, and gaining down to about the 14-yard line is the mark. So getting those yards back plus a couple, it will be 2nd down and 8.
Nice carry by Joshua Williams for the Mavericks.
Quick snap and run out to the right side, gaining down to about the 12-yard line. It will now be, looks like about 3rd and 6 for the Mavericks, under 3 minutes for playing.
Hank Oppel got a grabbed an ankle as the running back was running by Williams and just wouldn't let go.
Williams now offset left. Schultz now looking over the middle right side and throwing a delayed pass into the end zone. Almost caught. Don't know how he didn't. He's caught everything tonight. Again, we would say, as I was going to say in one game previously, he's kind of Mr. Waffle House. He's been open all night. Thank you very much, folks.
Oh, my. Nice one.
Yeah. You know, he hasn't been open by much, but he's caught everything thrown to him. So here you go. McNeil playing conservative a bit here. You get the field goal, you're up 2 scores. You really have to like where you are at this point.
So, not that they would do this necessarily, but Gary is the holder. He is also the backup quarterback.
No kidding. Ball snapped high, but good down. Kick is up right through the middle of the uprights. Your new score, 2:29 remaining here in the third quarter. McNeil 10, Round Rock 0.
Mavericks stretching out the lead, and it has a little bit more of a feel that they've got enough going on.
They do. Hey, they're feeling it, man. The student section down here, there's a lot of excitement on this home side field. We haven't called out that text line in a little bit, but we'll call it out now. We'd love to hear from Maverick Nation and Dragon Nation as well, trying to get those Dragons back into it. But 512-843-5205 is that text line. Text into us. Let us know what you're thinking, who you're cheering for, who you are, where you're from, and we'll give the shout out here during this third quarter and into the fourth quarter.
Now I got to go home and watch Silverado.
Silverado.
My goodness.
Silverado fight song for the Mavericks. This is a very cultured booth up here, folks. We know our music. All right, all right. Hurley and Arnold back deep to receive. And again, Bryce Wilson, the sophomore kicker. Kick is away, and a lot of adrenaline on that ball. Well into the end zone. It's a touchback, and it'll set up at the 25.
Nice kick. A lot of leg.
Man, you said it earlier, and there's something I do like about this game, because there's been a few that we've seen this season. There's nothing chippy about this game at all. There's absolutely nothing chippy about it. These players are playing. They're playing hard. They're helping each other up. Well-coached teams and good sportsman-like teams also. It's absolutely what you want to see here on Friday Night Lights, representing very, very nicely.
Yeah, I caught maybe 1 or 2 plays where there was a little bit of attitude, but overall, you know, these two teams have been absolutely playing as best they can. They're supporting each other. Good sportsmanship. It's been a great ball game.
Absolutely. Hayden Nath in motion to the right side. Ball held by Cochran up the middle left side, now getting outside the 35-yard line to the 38, and it will be a first down for the Dragons. Lord, you can't catch that guy. I mean, it's amazing. The replay's up on the Jumbotron, but he's got players all around him right at the line of scrimmage. They just can't touch him, and then he swallows through about 4 of them and gains another 4 yards. Cochran plays hard every week. Good job on the first down, marked at the 37. Pistol formation. Ball is kept by Cochran out right side, looking for a receiver and finding nothing and just throwing the ball, chucking it out of bounds. No receiver out there, but outside the tackle box and well out of bounds beyond the line of scrimmage. So no penalty. It will be 2nd and 10.
Cochran definitely was clearly throwing it away out of bounds, but the way he rolled out there was almost like he expected a receiver to be in a pattern out that direction.
No question. He was expecting somebody to be going down the sideline, and obviously some kind of miscommunication on the play call. 2:03 remaining here in the quarter. Now 15 seconds on the play clock. Now getting the call in from the Dragon sideline. Handoff going up the middle and gaining out to the 47-48 yard line. That ball, I believe, was handed off to Mark Haramuru, if I got it correct.
Arnold.
It was Arnold?
Javante Arnold.
Well, I clearly need better specs up here, folks. Javante Arnold on the run of 11 yards, so a good second down play.
And Arnold was a little bit fortunate as he was running through one of the holes there in the line. Someone reached out and grabbed his arm and almost separated the ball from him. but he was able to hold on, get the first down.
Cochran keeping the ball out right side, looking down the field and greatly pressured. Outside the tackle box, the ball beyond the line of scrimmage. Just an incomplete pass. It will be second down. Call in from the sidelines now, under 10 seconds on the play clock. Handing the ball off on a pistol and getting a good gainer into McNeil Maverick territory at the 49. About a 3-yard gain only, and it will now be third down and 7.
I'm loving it. The exchange there between Cochran and 42. We've called his number 4. It was Bobby Holland. So Cochran and Holland were talking a little bit, slapping each other's hands. Maybe they know each other, but definitely a little, hey, good play there, man, good play.
Cochran with the pass out in the left side flat. Javante Arnold shaking off the defender, getting down to the 41-yard line. It's a first down for the Dragons, and they've got something going.
Definitely their best drive of the night.
Well, they were down at the 1-yard line at one point.
I know they got down that far, but they've put together enough plays here. This is the best series of plays they've had.
I hear you, partner. A little miscommunication on that ball handle, but Cochran somehow or another taking what would be a 2 or 3 yard loss into a 5-yard gain. It'll be second down and 5.
Slight timeout for a nicked up defender.
Yes, that same player, number 42 you were talking about. Just got a little bit of what looked like maybe a stinger, but is back up and walking off on the sideline under his own power. Looks fine. Clock now rolling under a minute, 30 seconds now remaining. Cochran with a quick pass over the middle and incomplete. That ball intended for Hayden Hott. And it stops with 23 seconds.
Austin Ham for the Mavericks, almost able to get his hands on it for potential interception. Last week, Ham had 12 tackles in the game against Westwood, so he's a guy who's around the ball a lot.
Pistol formation. Cochran rolling out right side. He's going to pitch the ball, and the ball is on the ground and is picked up by McNeil, running it back over midfield to the 40. They're not going to get him. McNeil Mavericks with a scoop and score.
Checking the number there, looks like it is number 34 for the Mavericks. Caden Patty, the linebacker, senior linebacker for the Mavericks. It looked like the pitch out to the running back just was a little bit late. Running back was not able to haul it in. It hit the turf. Patty scooped it up, ran it all the way in for the score.
That's happened several times, Round Rock, this year on those pitches. Just a little bit delayed or a little bit too early, whatever, and not ready for it, and that ball's on the ground, and there you have it. And McNeil busting this thing wide open right now with the extra point to come. Kick is up and good. Your new score with 9 seconds remaining here in the third quarter is McNeil 17, Round Rock nothing. We've got a replay for you, folks. McNeil with great pursuit on Mason and pitching the ball. Looked like a good pitch. It just was not swallowed up by the running back. And before you know it, it's a McNeil Maverick touchdown, and that is absolutely the way you win ball games. Hats off to the defense. They've been there all night, and they've had some good games this year so far, but this may be their best. And looking like McNeil may be heading towards a stellar victory here for the first time in some time. And if they do get this victory, they're well positioned for the playoffs.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier that there are so many teams bunched up in the middle of the standings before tonight's games at 2-2 that there's a really good chance that a team with 2 or even 3 losses is going to make the playoffs.
Well, you look at McNeil. I mean, they win this game tonight, they'll go in the standings in district. McNeil will go to 2-3, but their next 2 games are against Stony Point and Cedar Ridge, which are 2 teams that are really, really struggling. You're looking at McNeil, that they'll get to 4-3 in district in all likelihood. You would have to believe that they will. They get to 4-3, they're in the playoffs for the first time in quite some time. What a great accomplishment that would be for Coach Hermes. Kick high and deep into the end zone. It's a touchback. Round Rock takes over at the 25. I mean, this may come down to that. Round Rock beat Westwood. Westwood beat McNeil. McNeil beat Round Rock. I mean, this may come down to some splitting. It's going to be splitting hairs all over the place on this thing.
Yeah, there was a few years back, they got to the 3rd or 4th tiebreaker to figure out who all the teams were that made it to playoffs. But McNeil is one of the smaller enrollments of the school within the district. So if they get in the playoffs, they'd be in the small division.
Whistles on the field for some unknown reason. Ball kept by Mason Cochran up the right side, trying to get anything he can in a 4-yard gain. And that'll do it for the third quarter, folks. It's going to do it for us. We're going to take a quick commercial break and be right back. This is Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford.
I've always wanted an EV, but until I saw the sleek Ford Mach-E, I didn't know just how exhilarating it could be to drive one. The Mach-E is the perfect balance between power and utility. And with features like adaptive cruise control, in-dash entertainment screen, and lane monitoring, my daily commute to training is effortless. If you're looking to make the move to the Mach-E, visit Covert Ford in Austin, where you'll become part of the family. CovertFord.com.
Visit Mays Street Boutique in Round Rock for all your shopping needs. Whether you're looking for a special gift or that perfect outfit that everyone will love, we have you covered. Come visit us in-store or shop us online at maysstreet.com. We appreciate your business and thank you for shopping local.
Back at the Kelly Reeves Athletic Complex, start of the fourth quarter, McNeil leading Round Rock 17-0. It is second down and looks like 6 from the 29-yard line. We'll bring you some other district scores here in just a moment. Twin receivers on the right side. Cochran throwing over the middle and a nice pass complete by the Dragons, getting well into McNeil territory. Biggest pass play of the game so far. A couple of Mavericks down on the play. Trainers coming out.
Hayden Nath on a nifty catch across the middle of the field.
Third quarter, Vandegrift now up on Cedar Ridge 44-0. Vista Ridge now up on Manor 16-14. Clearly a safety at some point here in the third quarter. And Westwood again up 42-0 on Stony Point over at Dragon Stadium. In District 26, 6A, just to our south in the Austin area at halftime. Westlake is up on Austin High at House Park, 42-7. Bowie Bulldogs up on Austin Aikens over at Burger Center, 42-0. And again, in the third quarter, the score holding steady out in Dripping Springs, 14-0 over Lake Travis. And game clock and play clock back in motion. Round Rock now getting ready to go, and they're going to have to go tempo here to try to get something going. Cochran with the throwback to the left side, then pressure coming, nothing doing. It was going to be a hitch and throw. Powell, number 55, with another good defensive play for the Mavericks. A loss of 5. It'll be 2nd and 15.
Right now, the defense is everywhere for the Mavericks.
Well, and this kind of what it comes back down to. We were saying it. Everything's going to have to be quick. This McNeil defense is quick enough. You cannot have slow developing plays like that. And they take advantage of it. And kudos again to Hermes and the Mavericks. I mean, just a great job on defense, staying and playing your position. Ball is handed off up the middle and bottled up after a 2-yard gain to the 47-yard line. It'll now be 3rd down and 13. Spread formation, twin receivers both sides. Cochran looking up the left side, getting pressured hard. Helmet comes off. That's a face mask, and the play is blown dead, as it would be in high school, because he can no longer play at that point. So it's going to be a face mask on McNeil, taking the helmet off, and a fortunate play for Round Rock to get the first down.
It's one of their easiest first downs for everyone except Mason Cochran.
Jack Oppel looked like he was coming in.
He can't, though. Mason Cochran's helmet came off, which would technically say he has to come out of the game, but because the helmet was taken off by force, he does not have to come out of the game. So ball marked down to the 32-yard line. The best drive into Maverick territory in some time since the first quarter. Cochran looking, rolling out to the right side, looking deep, throwing the ball deep, well covered, and that ball is intercepted in the end zone. It's a touchback to the Mavericks, and they are just getting it done in every possible way tonight. That ball intercepted by number 0, Aiden Taylor. And it'll be first down Mavericks at the 20-yard line.
Aiden Taylor plays both ways for the Mavericks. He had 4 tackles last week in addition to 5 rushes on offense.
Perfect coverage on the play. I mean, absolutely perfect. You would think he was the receiver on the play.
This is a very well-coached defense.
It is a terrifically well-coached defense. Coach Hermes, I believe, now in his 3rd year at McNeil, maybe his 4th year, but you know, he was at Vandegrift for a little while, and he's building something at McNeil. We thought he would. No gain on the run. It'll be 2nd down.
Joshua Gayden on the carry for the Mavericks.
And we thought at the beginning of this game, if it was low scoring, if it was a game in the teens, is the way we were talking about, we felt it favored McNeil. Well, it's a game in the teens, but only for one of the teams. They've done a terrific job. So 2nd down and 10. Quarterback keeper up the middle and all the way beyond the 30-yard line after being wrapped a couple of times for a short gainer. Give credit. That's Mr. Soltz for first down at the 31.
Excellent run for Soltz there.
Clock rolling at 9 minutes. McNeil doing exactly what you should do in this situation. They're not even thinking about running a play until they take 30 seconds off the play clock each time. Team now just getting lined up. Oh, the ball's on the ground. Soltz getting it back, though. Good job by him after a short loss back to the 29-yard line. It will be 2nd down and 12.
The ball took a fortuitous bounce right back up into his arms.
Nice
But,
four-syllable word there. Fortuitous.
I think I've been playing Wordle a lot.
You know.
Yeah.
And once again, McNeil dragging every second off of this 40-second clock that they can to get this game over with. And Round Rock, as we mentioned earlier, they've struggled all the way through on offense, but they've given away 2 timeouts here. There's not much that they can do. Quarterback keeper out to the 34-yard line. And now the 35, so a gain of 6. Making it now 3rd down and 6 yards.
I'll be interested to see Schultz's total running stats for the game. Who commented earlier he had only 60 yards rushing before tonight. He's probably got 35 or 40 now here tonight.
Easily.
Yeah.
15 seconds on the play clock. Now just under 7.5 minutes remaining in the ball game. Schultz keeping the ball and getting out beyond the 45-yard line. He runs with purpose. He runs fast. He runs north and south, doing a terrific job at getting the first down and keeping the ball and keeping the clock rolling.
Dragon defender needing
a little bit of
an
assistance.
extra moment here. He's going to go off the sideline.
Jacob Medina, but running off on his own power. May have just gotten the wind knocked out of him a little bit.
He had that look like, I just got poked in the eye.
Yeah. Evan Carter's favorite marching song of all time. He's not having PTSD over here, folks.
That's all right. I still have PTSD from being at the parade.
The old Tournament of Roses parade back in 2015, New Year's Day. Dragon Band, Evan Carter leading the way down Colorado Boulevard. A good day.
It was an okay day.
It was a great day for us.
It was quite frigid.
We saw
very unseasonably cold.
Hey, we got to see the cast of the Love Boat on one of the floats, man. That's all time. First down and 10. Here he goes again, running with purpose. Up the sideline, here he goes. Schultz getting to the 20, in the red zone, down to the 10-yard line. A huge 45-yard gainer. I tell you what, I'm changing my MVP, man.
Oh, yeah.
This guy has been absolutely terrific. He's found his purpose. Really, really impressed with him tonight. Also quite impressed with Olavi Myers, number 61 on the offensive line. He hobbled his way down to the line of scrimmage. He's not coming out of the game. 15 seconds remaining on the play clock. And 6 minutes remaining here in the ball game. Schultz keeping the ball again and getting down to about the 7-yard line. He's the difference in the game.
Absolutely.
He is 100% the difference in the game. He's thrown the ball well. He's hit deep ball targets, I think, 4 times that have been absolute difference makers. And then the defense doing their job, holding Round Rock to nothing and scoring 7 of their own. I mean.
Well, and here, certainly on this drive right now, Schultz is pretty much saying, I'm not giving the ball to anybody unless it's a called play.
Well, I imagine that's what the coaches are telling him right now. It's like going, just keep the ball. One second on the play clock, and the snap goes. And the ball is handed off up the middle. Short gain to the 6-yard line, and it will be 3rd down and goal. 15 seconds on the play clock. And now the call play comes in. And now 5 seconds. Schultz hands the ball off to Williams, coming up the middle. Again, shortly to the 5-yard line. And a timeout on the field by Round Rock, calling their last timeout. 4:24 remaining here in the ball game, trying to preserve anything they can in hopes that they can get back into the game. It does look like there is a player down also for the Dragons, so the timeout was not called.
Yep, you're right. Officials timeout for the injured player.
Well, easily McNeil's biggest victory in over a decade. I mean, there's no question about it. I don't recall the last time McNeil made it to the playoffs, but I can't see any reason why they would not be making the playoffs this year. They have to just win 2 more, and they're going to be well positioned to do it. And again, hats off in every way. I mean, it was a tussle in the first half. Both teams had opportunities to get scores, just couldn't do it. But it's like, who's going to will themselves to that score the first time? And once McNeil got into the end zone on that first, or that second drive in the third quarter, it deflated Round Rock. I firmly believe that they felt like that they were out of their element, and they have not scored this entire game. I cannot recall the last time Round Rock was shut out in a ball game. It's been a while.
Well, of course, they avoided the shutout last week against Vandegrift with that field goal. There haven't been too many games where they've scored that few points, even 3 points. They've normally been pretty reliable for getting at least a touchdown or two.
The Dragons will have to regroup. They still have a playoff opportunity in front of them, but they will absolutely have to come and bring it the next couple of games. So 4th down. McNeil choosing to go for it. 5 seconds remaining on the play clock. And a quick pass out here on the left side flat. The ball is tipped and incomplete. And it will be a turnover on downs. Round Rock taking over at the 5-yard line. And a good decision, honestly, by McNeil. You're up 3 scores at this point. You don't have to have that. And you're also pinning the team at their 5-yard line. And they've had no offensive success this entire game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was definitely a no-lose situation there, unless something absolutely freaky happened. But, it was a good calculated risk. It's probably going to work out in their favor to pin the Dragons deep with 95 yards to go to score and only 3:45 to go. They need 3 scores. It's statistically unlikely. Let's put it that way.
That's being kind, sir, but I appreciate the way you say it. Statistically unlikely, the Dragons coming out on the field. So pistol pro set formation. Ball is handed off, going up the left side, and a gainer outside the 15-yard line to the 16. It'll be a first down for the Dragons. Round Rock trying to go tempo. Twin receivers to the right side. Cochran getting pressured and rolling out to the right side, throwing the ball into the flat. That ball is caught for a short gainer of about 6-7 yards out to the 23-yard line by number 21, Maldonado. It will be second down, clock rolling, just over 3 minutes remaining here in the ball game. Pressure coming by McNeil on a screen pass to Hayden Nath, getting the ball out to the 30-yard line. It's going to be a first down for the Dragons. The clock will stop momentarily at 3:08.
Nath able to evade the first tackler after he made the catch. Good first down.
Trip receivers to the right. Cochran looking deep and throwing the ball way overthrown. Incomplete. It'll be second down.
I know we've mentioned it already, but to paint it into perspective, you look down at that McNeil student section down there. There are students down there that were not alive the last time the McNeil Mavericks beat the Round Rock Dragons. Yeah.
Leave it to the young person to put perspective on that.
Yep. Hard to believe indeed. A big victory for the McNeil Mavericks, and well-deserved. Cochran keeping the ball on kind of a fake zone read for no gain, and the clock rolls at 2 minutes and 50 seconds.
At this point, the Dragons are pretty much thrown in the towel, because if they really had designs to try to make something happen, they'd be a lot more aggressive here.
Yeah, and there's nothing there. I mean, there really isn't. This Maverick defense is so good. They're covering everything up. What can you do?
And they're, for all practical purposes, they're lining up with 8 defensive backs.
Oh, yeah, and as well they should. Who cares about giving up an 8 or a 9-yard run? The clock is rolling. Cochran rolling out right side. Good pressure coming. Throwing the ball in the deep flat. Overthrown, incomplete ball intended for Haramuru. It will be 4th down for the Dragons. Hard to imagine they won't go for it. Cochran getting pressured up the middle, and the ball is on the ground, and that's going to do it. Fumble recovered by McNeil, the first and the second turnover actually by Round Rock here in the second half, but it would have been a turnover on downs regardless. McNeil takes over, 2:04 remaining here in the ball game, and that's going to do it.
And at this point, Mavericks just need to kneel the ball down a couple times. The Dragons can only stop it once if they choose to, but I can't imagine they would.
Well, you know, you never know, but there's a ton of excitement here on the Maverick Nation sideline. The students excited about it. As well they should. And again, this is a generation for them not having had a victory in this ball game. Their biggest win again in over a decade, and setting themselves up nicely for a playoff opportunity over the next few weeks. Short gain by McNeil on first down. McNeil players on the sidelines hugging each other. Lots of high fives. Cheerleaders excited on the sideline. Players gesturing to their student body, getting their support. The students up on the Jumbotron. 10 seconds remaining on the play clock. Handoff again up the left side, breaking through the middle is Williams, getting down to about the 14-yard line, enough for a first down. Clock now rolling at right at 1 minute, and McNeil, with the game in hand, will let the play clock roll down to right about 40 seconds. Take a one snap. They're in the victory formation. Something that has not been said in this game in quite some time. And that's it, folks.
With the win, the Mavericks improve to 4-4. Queensland District is free to play.
Dragons getting shut out in this game. McNeil getting their first win in 13 years, 14 years. That's this is quite the turn. Quite the turnabout.
You just have to soak it in and what it is when it comes down to it. I just am absolutely beside myself and excited for the McNeil Mavericks and what has been built here in such a short time, and it's been so hard for this program to do over the years. And they definitely have this thing going the right way. And honestly, this is a young team. There are plenty of people that are going to be returning to this team next year. This may be something special setting up Maverick Nation. And honestly, folks, just have my hats off. There's not much else that can be said. We've been saying it all evening long. They built this thing with terrific defense that's structured incredibly well. And this is a team that is going to make the playoffs. Probably as one of the small schools, I would think, in the playoffs. Round Rock still has an opportunity. They win the next 2 games. They're in the mix for it, and they should probably get a playoff bid, would be my guess. With only 2 losses in district, they'll have a good chance. But bottom line is this. McNeil setting up against a small school, you don't know exactly how it's going to play out, but they may end up playing Dripping Springs in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, that's your prize, right?
And it'd be a tough order, no question about that. But soak it in, Maverick Nation. You just have to be pleased and proud of your Mavericks and what they've done. A terrific job here on homecoming, getting the victory, and hats off for a cleanly played game on both sides of the field. Evan, Kmart, anything further y'all want to mention here in the ball game? I think it's been said.
Yeah, nothing more to add to that. I mean, what more can you say? You said all the right things. Mavericks should be proud of the win. And, yeah, it's maybe a sign of things to come.
Yeah, awfully proud of them, and know so many people that have gone to McNeil. Evan had friends that went to McNeil back in the day, and so proud of them and for their alumni and that entire community. Just a great victory for McNeil this evening. Well, folks, we always appreciate you joining us here on the iHSFAN Webcast Network. Next week, we will cover Round Rock. We'll be right back here at this stadium taking on the Cedar Ridge Raiders, and we will bring you the action at 7 o'clock next Friday night. Once more, your final score here from the Palace on Palmer is the McNeil Mavericks 17, Round Rock nothing. So long from Austin, Texas.
RJAC Pressure Washing, Epoxy and Stain, veteran owned and operated, serving Central Texas. For the last 10 years, residential and commercial services available, here for all your decorative flooring needs. Call us at 512-593-8567. That's 512-593-8567.
There's nothing quite like Central Texas high school football.
Beautiful day to play some football, boys.
Under the lights. Join IHS fans Rick Epstein and Jeff Power each week as they shine the spotlight on area high school football teams, players, and coaches.
If you like Austin area high school football, this is your show. We invite you to join us for an hour of fun. Let's talk some football.
Good luck to you guys this year, and appreciate all you do for high school sports and the coverage you bring these kids.
Tuesday nights at 8.
Under the lights.
Only on Talk 1370.
Central Texas high school football fans, how cool would it be to watch up to 5 different area high school football games for free, all through your phone, computer, or smart TV, all with the click of a button? Subscribe to the iHSFAN Webcast channel on YouTube. iHSFAN is the official broadcast provider for Round Rock ISD. We will see you under the lights on the iHSFAN Webcast Network.
You are listening to the Horn Webcast Network, powered by iHSFAN. If you're interested in advertising on or privately supporting this webcast, please reach out to us on Twitter at iHSFAN. All audio rights of this webcast presentation belong to iHSFAN, and any intent to rebroadcast or retransmit must have express written consent from iHSFAN.